Nice. Nice. All right, well, let's. Bruh. Bruh. Well, I mean, that's his job. So
Damn,
let's.
everyone's just being beat up.
Yeah, it's been a time. So, welcome everyone once again to Beyond Etheria Ashes. We're waiting on Mr. Rexus, which if someone could ping him would be delightful. Of course, the moistest cactus won't be joining us tonight because he can't seem to get away from being scheduled on doubles for Friday. Told him to it's a skill issue and he needs to figure himself out. Uh Past that, Mr. Rage is taking the night off, so we're letting him have his time because everyone deserves a little bit of a vacation, even from the debauchery that we get into.
No,
No, no one deserves
no,
it.
no, not allowed.
No one's allowed vacation time from D&D. That's how that works.
No.
No, this is my sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Yeah. Get a little background bardic inspiration going. So, where did we leave our players? Oh yes, in the pits of despair. Where we left our players last, back a couple of weeks ago, was we left them with a little bit of a situation. The party had found themselves getting ready to approach and push themselves into the military ward. Over a few different events, some of the party members were injured through miscellaneous means or otherwise. We saw that Nez was stung by stingers launched by a mutated plant. We saw that Jenna, Aura in this case, ate meat by accident from the body of a corpse that she found that she was investigating while in wild shape. And as everything continued going forward, it seemed that no matter which way they turned, they continued to run into issues. Even to the point where Nameless, who was on scouting duty, was attacked by large mutated vultures that came looking for his blood specifically. As everyone retained injuries from their different encounters, the party saw that they had begun to change to some extent or another. That vines were growing underneath the skin of Nez. That Aura was having reptilian skin form on her arms and her eyes remaining that of the slits seen from the creatures that she mimicked. Even that of Nameless having feathers sprout from his furry skin where he was slashed by the vultures. But not everything was at a true loss. The party find themselves in dire needs, had found themselves in the military ward where they found shelter, some food, and time that they could utilize to the best of their ability. They used the battlements and the turrets to scout for what they could, to see what they could find. Unfortunately, what they found was nothing that exciting, as it seemed to just simply spell the difficulties that they would continue to face, making their way towards the lighthouse in the distance. They saw creatures that roamed the streets, stirring up the birds and carrion critters that scurried between the stones. They saw the shape of an 80-foot tall monster roaming the centerway, the sounds of combat echoing from the center square. They saw in the distance the lighthouse sticking out like a beacon in the distance, showing them the way forward. They knew that they would have to go through whatever was stopping them if they wished to keep this town, this city, the way it is, and hopefully make it out themselves. So we find ourselves there the next morning as the party tried to get themselves to sleep. Nameless having fought off a number of these large vultures. Nez recuperating from the barbs injecting into his neck. Aura still feeling quite sick from her encounter with the meat and the monsters, trying her best to recover herself both emotionally and physically. And so here they stand, once more looking out into the town, in the distance hearing the clamor of combat, the yells, the grunts, and the clashing of swords. So, dear heroes, what say you?
Creed is going to take a second to look over everyone's different stages of infection, making sure his gloves stay on.
That is
I was
easy
gonna
enough
say,
for you to do.
I'm gonna look in the mirror and see how I'm doing for the moment. And then probably try and like patch myself back up like with clean bandages since they were from last night.
Creed, as you inspect both Nameless and Aura, you see that their infections have not accelerated into anything dire that you can imagine. You can see that the infection is still very much present, but it has not accelerated further than what you would expect. It seems that whatever is here has already taken its foothold, but doesn't seem to wish to push further. As for Nez, when he returns, he simply tells you that it has spread a little from the place of his neck, but nothing of consequence. Nez, though, as you take a long look at the wound in your neck, you can see that the raised bump has receded and has become flat, but out beneath your graying skin, you can see almost greenish tendrils growing in multiple directions. Some of them have started to reach up to the back of your jaw. Some have started to reach down your back and across your essentially your trapezius muscles down to your shoulder blade. It seems bad, but it doesn't seem to have spread. It doesn't cause you pain as much as it did before.
I don't know why my mind's so stuck on this. I'm just becoming a male version of Poison Ivy.
Please keep your clothes on.
I don't
Go
care
ahead.
who you think you are, just keep your clothes on. Thank you. This has been a PSA by Creed the Paladin.
Oh, the doctors aren't here to make note. Creed's going to go towards the rear of his book and just make, not a doctor, but basic notes.
Yeah, like what you see, what you smell, what you know.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
in this case, it'd be T-1 for... Actually, no, it'd be T-1 for everyone.
Yeah,
So,
essentially.
yeah, that works out.
there was one thing I didn't do last session, which I mean we can start off with me doing real quick if you're good with it.
Sure, what up?
I wanted to like just because of like what's happening in here, I want to see if like I just want to grab some blood samples from everyone that got infected to see what happens when we leave the area.
I mean, as long as
If it
they
looks
consent.
normal or not. Yep. Unfortunately,
Oh.
what?
We'll say for Nameless, he's unconscious. So you have implied consent as the quote-unquote practicing doctor.
Yeah.
Just scooch behind his ears and he'll kick his leg and you'll be fine.
But as for the others that are infected, aka Aura, you need to have actual words with her about whether she will or not.
It's distract her and stab her with a needle.
Hey, Aura.
I just realized I was fucking muted that whole time. Hi.
Do you mind if I take a blood sample?
You want to take a what?
A blood sample from you because of the scales and everything that's happening with you. I want to maybe investigate it a little once we leave this area.
So you want me to willingly let you stab me?
I mean, at least I'm asking.
I mean, consent, yes. Fine. Don't take more than you need. I need it.
Yep, I'm just going to take a small amount.
Don't take more than you need as he holds up, like, maybe a 3 milliliter vial. She's like, I need all of it. I need it.
Mine!
Like, that's
It's
something I'd
all
imagine you would
mine.
say to Yuri if, like, he had to bite you to survive. He'd be like, don't take so much. But it's literally has, like, a phlebotomist kit with, like, a 3 mil vial. And you're like, don't take more than you need. I need it. It's like, gee.
I say more along the lines of, like, she's trying to pull back individual, like, blood droplets. Like, this is mine now. You can't have it.
It's mine.
Yeah.
My
I
droplets.
said that to Yuri. He keeps feeding on me that one session. I'm like, don't eat more than you need. I need my blood.
So stingy when it comes to the blood.
So stingy. So stingy.
I need it myself.
How absolutely dare you?
So
Myself. It's valuable.
thinking probably today. Just to verify, we're still hearing the sounds of combat.
Yes, you are hearing the sounds of combat as you wake to the morning light. So
What
whatever
types
is out
of
there.
well, based on his experience, what types of combat am I hearing, or is Greed hearing?
What you're hearing is definitely yelling and grunting. Hard to tell what exactly, but you do seem to hear like the clanging of metal against either bone or flesh. Like that, you hear the sounds of what you've heard before when you yourself have fought monsters. It seems relatively close to the same sounds of that combat.
She's
Alright,
gonna
now-
like sassily stick her arm out in front of Naz and like, wait for it.
No, I'm gonna ask. Oh, I'll let you do your blood thing first.
I'm just going to take out a bigger needle real quick, just to make it seem like I'm drawing more.
No, I said take what you need. Why you need new needle?
A bigger needle that takes exactly the same amount.
Right?
Yeah.
It just hurts more.
Like she's gonna clutch her arm to her chest wearily and just look at him. Why bigger needle?
This will just make it a little quicker.
You lie to me, but do it. Throw his arm back out.
I mean, it could be
I'll
worse.
take the blood sample.
He could have brought out the square needle.
After he's done, or he's gonna like pull her arm back and inspect the hole.
You see there's a bandage there, and it's a hole in your arm that is healing over.
You didn't take
You
too
did it
much
for me.
good.
I was going to say it was bandaged before she pulled back.
Yup.
I have a question, and I have a feeling we'll have to rule for the answer.
What's your question?
Alright, so... Great talk to at least one person who claims to have lost comrades here.
Yup.
With the sound of combat...
Yup.
I'm going to ask... Okay, how do I put this? Can I recognize the accent of the grunting?
That's a tough one. Go ahead and roll for it, because you're a ways out. You're hearing this combat very faintly from the walls of the military ward. So whatever's going on, it's making a big ruckus.
All right, so I got a 16 on perception.
So you can't tell the accent, but you are kind of stricken as curious because they didn't tell you if there was anyone else left inside. From what it sounded, is that you were going in by yourself. So you can definitely tell that it's not just monster noises. It sounds like people noises.
So, well, I'm going to think it through. So, either Gunnar or Stella can tell me I'm wrong here. So I'm still thinking whatever's here can replicate sounds. Clearly, the soldiers would have fought. So if we're hearing the sound of combat, there's no indication, based off of what we've been told, that that's actually survivors. There's a chance it still is, and they're just they're really, really boned. But there's no reason to believe that that's real.
Yeah, the only indication you have of that people have gone through here is the fact that the tavern you used for shelter previously looked like people had been through there previously. That's the only way you really know that people have gone through this city. But the city is large, so there is the chance that there are other people here. But from all intents and purposes, you're not entirely sure.
Look, I will fully admit there is always the possibility that the people who were left behind or lost are still alive, and they managed to get free or whatever. But again, these things were able to replicate a gunshot, so there's no reason they can't indicate the sound of metal like steel hitting flesh.
That's what I was just gonna say.
So, based on the fact we already know something is up at the town square, there's a fucking monster there. I'm thinking our best bet is probably going to be to try to flank around and try to completely circumnavigate the center of town. Realistically, we need to find out, like, if things are actually still, I would say normal, because that's not the right word for it. But
yep, completely normal. Yep.
And we also know that whatever was following us did go back to the tavern.
Yeah, because you did see the flare in the middle of the night get launched from the trap you set at the tavern.
And it definitely did seem like the spices helped us get through the night without being detected.
That, or they already know they got 3 of us, which is a distinct possibility. So,
that too.
I'm thinking what we do, at least in the meantime, is if we can take some of these, each person takes a small pouch of spices or whatever. We do that every night. We should be able to ration it to get us through. I'm thinking, unfortunately, our best bet is going to have to be pushed northwest out of the ward, flank around, because the finance building is still standing in the northern part of town. Clearly they either haven't gone there directly, or they haven't just gone there overtly. We work our way around. Realistically, we should have enough space between us and whatever is happening in the center of town to be fine. We work our way all the way around the inside of the wall. We should be able to get to the lighthouse without too much trouble.
You would think that this is Burns' campaign.
Listen, I don't need your sass.
Well, I mean, I don't know that in character. I'm thinking this through as the or the strategician.
Oh,
This is all like also out of character chat.
Yeah. So, all right. Creed's gonna just try to.
yeah.
There a window looking out upon the city where I could peek out without being too noticeable?
Yeah, I mean, you got the battlements and everything else because you're technically
Well,
in a castle.
the last time someone went up the battlements, we had a problem. So
Well, don't go to the roof of
Yeah,
the
but it was a
turret.
tasty treat.
Yeah, nameless is small and delectable to a 6 foot tall vulture. So
you know when you put it like that,
who joined?
So-
Roxas. Hello.
all right. So Creed's gonna go ahead and look out, and all right. I assume our best option is going to be heading north towards, and he's gonna do like the light point, like tap point thing towards the finance building. Well, I suppose if anyone's going to be uninfected or be refused to be infected, it's going to be the lawyers. Can't think of anyone who actually wants to infect them.
Ooh, burn against all those lawyers out there. Ooh.
So, do that. Should be able to work our way around. Should realistically be able to hit to the gate on the northeastern side of town. Be closest to the lighthouse in the east ward.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I feel like we should, if we hear any sounds coming close to us, probably hide for the moment and scout it too, just in case. Because I'm way too cautious of running into something again.
Well, I assume we just avoid birds and creatures, and we should be fine. However, I do believe we should also avoid all combat if we can. Whatever's happening in the center of town, it's... Let's say I have my doubts as to the authenticity of what we're hearing.
I would like to second that.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, no. Feel free to speak your mind, or... We've been rather domineering, as it were.
Very valid plan, Creed. We will give it a gander.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna turn to Creed. I wonder if it's because I drew so much blood.
I was told not to look, give the horse in the mouth. So, right, grab the cat.
I don't want to. Can we leave him here?
I don't want to grab
No, you can't leave the cat.
Can we please leave the cat?
I'm gonna just set him on top of Lucifer.
I didn't allow him to leave you out there. I won't leave him here.
You didn't allow him, or he didn't get the chance because things were a little hairy?
Would you prefer the hard truth or a happy lie?
You know the cat wants me dead. It's fine.
To be fair,
It's mutual.
at some point, everyone wants everyone dead.
I mean, I wish I don't lick my own balls if I had any.
Okay then. All right.
You stun Creed to silence. It's a fucking miracle. The man goes through everything.
Anyways, I yes, grab your stuff. I and he's gonna go about like making preparations.
just like the finger up that then like comes down as you're just like
It's
Yeah, she has a point, but I ain't saying shit.
you just hear something like the damned L.
Oh, that was good. That got me. I had to mute myself.
I wish I still have enough to laugh, so like screamingly loud.
Rather unexpected. Not gonna lie.
Jenna coming in with the funny ha-has. Who knew?
Who knew that the solution to all the problems was dick jokes?
I'm the funniest when I'm being mean.
So, again, I'm thinking, well, actually, Niz, if you could be a lad, I'm going to need small pouches of spices for everyone. Hopefully we should be able to ration them well enough that we can hide for the night, and if this is in fact what kept them away, well, we should be able to get around the city by then.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Okros, you mind helping me divvy it up?
You're muted if you're talking.
Not at all. Sorry. I had to dig the phone out of my pocket.
Very cool.
Cool. All right. So then,
I'll work on finding some things that I can put the spices into divvy up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys spend some time. You find some pouches. Essentially just at that point you find some small burlap bags that you kind of just stitch together really quickly with some rudimentary twine and the material from the bags that you see produce coming in with. You're able just to really easily make some small carrying pouches that have about I don't know. I would say if I was a betting man, about 8 ounces of spices each, enough that you can make a small circle around yourself.
Okay.
This is very quickly becoming supernatural. I just realized that.
Yes, and I'm here for it. Are you on my wayward elf?
Jeez.
Anyways, I guess Creed's going to go ahead and try it. Once everyone's ready, Creed's going to take point to get us on out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough. You have an idea of... Listen, you want to play ounces to pounds there, Stealthy? You say 8 ounces,
You made
I
me
say
so
half
go there.
pound.
Don't you know,
Like my
bud?
brain.
My brain. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so, Greed, you know the way to the finance building. You believe that to be the best course of action for you and your compatriots, as it seems rather the only option to get to the next area and away from whatever is making that racket in the center of town. And so you do so. You begin leading everybody towards the finance building rather quickly. As you maneuver through the alleyways, you don't seem to see a lot of the monsters. The early sun is still high, as the sun is kind of getting into position and by the point that it's at its highest, do you find yourself at a resting point about halfway between where you were and the finance building. So after about 4 hours of travel, you find yourself about here, nestled in a corner building that seemed to be a old storehouse.
Nice.
So you guys are now
So-
in what looks to be a old warehouse of sorts.
I'm not sorry, by the way, guys.
I want to look around for any kind of supplies that would probably be useful for us.
Yeah, you can spend the time to do so, of course. Go ahead and roll me investigation, please, Mr. Nez.
Yeesh. I want to use a flash on that to make it a 14.
All right. You definitely sit down and start taking a look through everything you can possibly come across, racking your head on what would be useful to your situation, looking around at what hasn't been looted, what the storehouse was. You find that this storehouse used to be belonging to that of a general shop. So there isn't a lot of stuff, but there's definitely something you could probably work with. And after a bit of looking about, trying to see what you can find and where it may be, you do happen to come across a few interesting pieces of what looks to be bags.
Thank you for catering to the Canadian bird. I looked a boot.
Yes, a boot. So yeah, so you find some bags. Unmarked, tied up in a corner, covered in what looks to be dust and soot, forgotten by the original owners, possibly, or maybe just never found by looters who had gone through the area.
Open it.
Oh, I want to. I was just waiting a moment. I wasn't sure if he was done or not.
No, you just find two large burlap sacks in the corner of the warehouse that seem to just been left for whatever reason or another is unknown.
So, all right. So I'm gonna pick the bags up and start walking back towards the group. And
Hey guys, I think I found some stuff. Look at these bags.
Because Bree's
Open
gonna
'em.
wander over from the window and take a look.
as everyone comes up, I'm just gonna set them down and get ready to open them up once everyone's there.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely pick up the bags with relative ease. You find that one of the bags seems to be a little bit heavier than the rest. Or the rest being the other one.
Mhm.
So one of the bags seems to be heavier than the other one, but they both seem relatively intact and in good condition. And I imagine once everyone is around you, you open them. All right. So, let's see.
Inside is a mini beholder.
Did I find something to
Inside is
hatch my
the
egg?
answer to all our problems.
Oh yes, the egg.
No, he still has the egg.
The egg.
The large egg.
We have an egg.
The best egg.
Why do we have an egg?
We
Where's
just
the
have
egg
an
come
egg.
God.
Don't ask me
I
if you have
pulled
why
an
you have
egg out of a box.
Yeah, he's got an egg.
Don't worry about it.
Safety issue if the egg wasn't refrigerated.
You're just jealous you don't have an egg.
You're just jealous. Don't have an egg.
It's a
I have
egg
my
in
own
a
egg, thank
box.
you. I
It's
have
an
egg.
egg in a box. You shut the fuck up.
Egg in box.
Why would Aura want that egg? She has millions of her own.
So, in the lighter burlap bag, you can tell that the bag itself has not been opened in quite some time. It still has a number of ropes around the top of it that seem to have kept it shut and sealed-ish from whatever has been going on. Why
factory
it's
seal,
been
got it.
left here unattended and unopened or not taken with the original occupants is a question you probably won't get an answer to. But as you open it, you look inside and you see that there are a bunch of rations and water. Things that are in not commonplace in the situation you're in. So it's a sight for sore eyes. Do you look further into the bag?
Yes.
That's a dangerous
Roll
question.
me investigation, please.
I feel like I'm living on the dangerous side tonight.
I will not be blamed for any and all problems tonight.
That was a 10.
You find a bottle of what looks to be spices further down in the bag. Nothing of ill consequence that you can tell, at least. You're changing the nose. Not exactly attuned to the smelling of spices quite yet. Do you look further into the bag?
Is this another one? Do you keep running? Yes.
I love how she answered for me.
Roll me another investigation.
You keep running. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
You find in the very bottom of the bag, you have scrounged everything through it. You have found enough rations for every person in your party for 3 days, along with some old water skins that look to be non-contaminated and full of liquid that seems non-toxic and won't kill you outright from what it looks like. One of them even smells like it's full of wine. A very good find in this situation you will find yourself in. The rations all seem to be in good shape. Loss of contamination otherwise. They seem to be usable, eatable, edible. At the very bottom, past the bottle of spice you found, that you simply set down next to that, the first bag, you find what looks to be an ice pick. A small instrument with a metal spike off the front, about, I would say, 4 to 5 inches long, with a handle that is just as long, probably closer to 6, that is crude, rudimentary, and carved by hand by a knife of some sort. The metal spike looks to be clean, like it hasn't been used, or if it was used, was at least clean before it was put away. And on the handle simply says, "Use me."
Hey, Okros, you think you could have a use for this? And I'm going to hand him the ice pick.
All right. Okros, you were given what looks to be an ice pick.
Possibly. Not certain what exact use I could find for it, but I'm certain there is some use for it.
I figured maybe some kind of cooking or something that you'd be doing. It might best fit you. And also, do you want take a double check of these spices that I found in the bag?
Spices, you say? Yep. What do I need? Do I need to roll something for that?
No, your innate knowledge of spices would tell you that it seems to be a regular rudimentary blend of savory spices of this region. So you see things along the terms of frost thorn and glacier root, which in the normal temperate regions is equivalent to that of like ginger and garlic.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Well, I can certainly use this for cooking if nothing else.
Awesome. I figured you would know best.
Thank you.
So that was everything out of both bags?
Not just the first one.
Just the first?
The second
God.
one is a little bit heavier if you wish to investigate it.
I'm gonna keep going. It's heavier. I am gonna take a moment and kind of like from the outside of the bag before opening it, just feel it really quick to see if I can notice anything that might be out of the ordinary,
Now to character
just because of
poke
how
it.
much heavier.
Like no, I mean like poke it with your finger. If it's alive, it's gonna move.
I mean, I feel like it would have moved already with me picking it up and dragging it around if it was alive.
Yes, it's a fair point. I honestly, every step of you going through these bags, I'm legitimately increasing my blood pressure thinking about the possibilities that's gonna freaking happen here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Creed knows.
Trust me, like I have so many things running through my mind, and I'm just like, yo, dude, my artificer curiosity, man.
All I hear is Brad Pitt screaming, "What's in the box?"
I mean, you couldn't have said anything better.
What's in
Like,
the box?
I'm sorry. I just please.
But in this case, what's in the bag?
What's in the
Look.
bag?
Of the people here who are players, half of us are infected. All right. I'm
And it's an
trying.
infected one playing with the bag.
I, statistically speaking, it really can't get much worse. But still, like, please don't die.
Creed's like, please, don't tempt fate.
I'm just gonna go on like freaking Cavill and Battlestar at some point. Just like, nope, I'm done. Shink. Anyways, continue with your bag. Please don't die.
Well,
Is
that's
he
what I'm
still
hoping
digging
to.
for the damn bag?
The new bag. We've gone through only one.
Sorry, I got a really important phone call, so I had to mute up for a second and I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, it's all good. But because the bag is heavier, I do want to try and double check it from the outside, and
And so
before
how
I
big are
actually
these
like
bags
open it up.
again? Are they like little pocket satchel bags or like massive counter sack bags?
Or what are
Hey,
you
he
asking as the one who's not at the bag?
I was just asking how big they were.
Like, they're large burlap sacks.
So like counter sack.
Yes, like a potato sack. Like a 50-pound
Okay,
potato
and-
sack.
And the one is empty?
Oh,
The first one is now empty.
He's
Okay,
going to
I
the
would like
second
to
one
crawl
now.
into the empty bag.
Now I'm going through the heavier one.
Yeah, I want to crawl into the empty one.
Okay.
Just sit in it.
All right. You fucking potato. You crawl into the empty potato sack. And you are now in a potato sack. Congratulations.
I sit.
All right. Well, anyway. So you're faced with the
What do I
second.
need?
It's roll me in. You don't have to roll me anything. You're just gonna open the bag. So you open the second bag, and all of your senses tell you something is amiss, something is wrong, something bad is going to happen. And it seems that none of that's really the case, or at least that's what you think. At first, it looks just dark inside the sack. It's hard to tell what exactly is going on. And it just seems to just be hard to see inside of it. It definitely seems heavy. You can't really see into it well. It doesn't smell great like the other one, but it also doesn't smell like the air outside, full of rot and carrion flesh.
Hmm. Seems different. Uh, you know, it's heavier. Seems different. Da 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 da. Fuck it.
I love to hear those words. So what do you do?
Let's find it out.
You want to find it out? Are you going to like stick your arm in the bag? You going to like flip the bag inside out? What are you doing?
I was
I'll
actually
crawl in
gonna
it.
say flip it inside out.
All right.
You'll crawl in it.
I'll crawl in it.
You're already in one potato sack. You be quiet.
The
She's
other one is
looking at the other
crawling
one like, I
along.
want to go in this one.
I want to know it. I'll crawl in it.
No. You're already in one potato sack. Be happy with
I'm
your
gonna
one
flip it
potato
inside
sack.
out.
Yeah, so you do so. And you flip it upside down. You just shake it out. And what starts to come out of it,
Is it the hokey pokey?
I'm going to fucking throw a rock at your head is what's going to happen.
Turn it all about.
A scorpion bites a fucking aura in the ass. Roll me con save.
Ooh.
You want me to roll your con save?
Did I stutter?
Let me get to my die, damn it.
Yeah. Anyway, so you flip the bag inside out as you hear Aura scream as she gets stung in the ass by a scorpion. And what falls out of the bag is not what you expected. It's clothes with what sounds like something metal hitting the ground, with another sound of almost like if you drop a metal bowl, like almost like that gong sound.
A king.
I feel like you have a sound clip for that.
I don't. Not at the moment.
Failure.
Roll me another con save at disadvantage. Anyway, as Jenna is, Aura is currently being stung in the butt.
10.
You start to feel tingling crawl up your legs. You're not having a fun time as you are now also trapped in the potato sack. Somehow it got tied up and you were inside.
Can I just roll around in it like a ball?
Yes. While screaming as you got stung in the ass twice by a scorpion.
Oh god, it's a sack attack.
Ah, sack attack, no.
We go home. Pain. Can't get it.
Sure, you're singing pain as you're rolling around, you freak. Anyway, you hear the sound of a metal ball falling, followed by another metal object clattering to the ground, among clothes that fall out onto the floor as well. It seems that the clothes themselves are what are making it hard to look into the bag as they blocks most of the light.
No. Lighted.
Now that I see what's out, I would like to investigate it.
Yeah, easy enough. Creed, are you still doing your walk, or are you actually observing what's happening?
He's like glancing over every so often to see this stupid crap, but he's mostly keeping an eye out.
Roll me
On the street.
perception, Mr. Creed.
I was going
I
to
would
say
like
Okra
to-
would probably help to try to get Jen out of the bag.
That's an
I
8.
would like to aggressively roll into the back of Creed's left kneecap. I can't see where I'm going.
Hold on 1 second there, Tumbleweed. What'd you roll there, Creed?
You got an 8.
An 8. All right, so you don't see what's going on. You get hit in the legs by Jenna, or Aura in this case, as Okros, you are trying to run after the rolling Aura to get her out of the bag.
Or is this at least just not nameless in
There
the
is
bag?
a-
It's gonna be the cat
There's a
part of the
relevant
bag.
question here.
Yes.
I'd like to roll to attack.
I mean, you know what? Go for it.
You like my cat's out of the bag joke?
I got a 15 to hit.
So, you hit the bag. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to like cut it open? Or are you just trying to like just attack Jenna in the bag?
He's like Freed's been mostly paying attention out the window for anything trying to
Oh,
come
so
up on us.
You just got
So-
jumped, so it's just reaction.
Yeah, all he knows is from behind where everyone was, something just rammed into him.
So you turn
got
around and you
rammed.
swing. So you swing as you turn around, startled, as your sword whizzes through the air and comes down, and
Oh, no.
you.
That was unarmed. I should
Oh,
specify.
it was
my
unarmed. Oh,
apologies.
okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Like she went for mostly because she went for the legs.
Well, she's
And that was-
rolling on the ground. She doesn't really have much of a choice in the matter.
Yeah. Well, but mostly it's the fact that like if something's going for your legs, you just have to kick out at it. No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stab her.
Not yet.
Not
No
yet.
matter how much I'd like to right now, because I'm minding my own business, try to like make sure nothing attacks us, and she wants to attack me. Yeah, no.
Can't see where I'm going.
So
Also,
you,
hoof is gonna freaking hurt you.
so you turn around and you just punt, whatever just came up on you and hit you in the back of the legs, and you kick Jenna right in her lower back, or in her
Leave, I
lower
can
back.
fly.
As you look down and you see there's a potato sack that has somehow been tied up, as you hear a squirming Aura inside, yelling something about what sounds like scorpion, as you look up and you see Okros trying to run after the potato sack as it was rolling towards you.
Oh, Nene, I'm singing 3 Days Grace.
Fine. She's singing some rudimentary song you don't quite understand about pain in a scorpion.
What the bloody hell is going on?
Without scorpion pain, can't get enough scorpion pain.
I'm just going to ignore all that and continue investigating.
You continue investigating as Okros, you help Jenna out of the sack to a very perturbed Creed. Just like you can see veins popping up on his forehead.
I got a joke for you.
No, you don't.
This is in character. Yes, I do.
Oh, God.
God.
Hey, Creed, can you take me?
I'm going to. He is just going to immediately put his hand over her mouth. what you're going to do, you're going to shut up. I don't want an argument. Look me in the eyes, and I want you to nod if you understand me. Do you understand me?
Wide open.
Again, this is a yes or no question.
Potato. Yes, Captain. Oh, Captain.
Good. And he's gonna like push against her to make her back up.
Yep, easy enough. And so, Jenna, you back up as you see Okros has helped you out of the sack, and Creed has scolded you for doing this. As we flip back to Nez, who you start looking through the stuff that fell on the floor, or fell onto the floor, out of the bag. You see that it's some clothes that have some interesting colors to it, as well as some interesting designs. The metal object that clattered to the floor looks to be some kind of dagger, and the metal object that sounded like a bowl hitting the ground is that of what looks to be a half pauldron.
No, out of curiosity, I just want to go with. Does it look like the clothes fit me?
I mean, that you're a changeling.
Yeah,
Do the clothes fit me?
fit me.
That's a yes
Yeah,
question
you can
mark.
make them fit.
Yeah, you can make yourself fit the clothes. You don't really need to.
This isn't the Incredibles, the Fantastic Four, where your clothes change with you, bro. Like, you can make it work.
Well, no, it's that he's a changer. He can change his form to fit the clothes.
I know, like what I'm saying. Like, you can make it work.
Yeah,
For you.
but like, let's put it this way: I want to see if the clothes just fit me in my natural form. and not
state.
Okay. They don't look like they would fit you. They do look very generic. But they seem to have a very interesting color scheme. As you pick them up and you kind of look through them, it looks like it would fit you, probably with a little bit room to spare, as they're meant to. It looks like they're meant to be more comfortable, or I would say display to be worn over armor, much of that of what Creed wears with his tabard. Kind of the same idea, but not of the same design.
All right. So then I definitely would want to keep these for a time when I want to change my form and look different then.
All
Just
right.
because I feel like this could be like a good like disguise for me
Yeah.
out of like my character.
Yeah. And so as you're picking them up and you're putting them in the bag, no one else really sees what you're sorting through, as they are preoccupied. You start looking over the colors and all that, because it's interesting to you. It's very odd to find clothes in a sack in a storehouse in a town full of monsters. It's just odd. And so as you're looking it over, it's a very strange color scheme. It seems to have a very deep blue that makes up the main color of the clothing, of both the pants, the tabard, and the shirt. Except that where the trim is, unlike Creed's, where Creed has a horizontal blue and yellow stripe up his cloak with the almost brass-like plates that act as the trim color for his pieces. Wherever the material trim is on this, it seems to be a very dark green with hints of yellow almost in it. So around the cuffs of the undershirt, small stitched lines down the arm from the shoulder, around the collar of the undershirt, around the parts where it has been split and hemmed. The pants it has a stripe down the sides. The belt itself seems to be of a almost green dyed leather. The tabard seems to have these green stripes around the edges, with that deep blue being the main field color, and with a symbol that you can't quite understand, or that you can understand it in a looking at it and knowing what's going on, but you don't understand it of why, as it seems to be 3 circles all next to each other in a triangular fashion, with 3 arrows in between where the circles touch, all pointing outward.
All right, I typed all that in good. I'll probably double check this later in the VOD.
Here, I'll put an example of it on the map for you to look at by the party sigil. That's what it looks like.
Ooh.
If I can do it's gonna be the Skaven symbol.
It's not the Skaven symbol. That's just like a triangle. This is circles in a triangular fashion.
Fair.
With arrows pointing out.
Yeah, it seems interesting to you. It's something that you haven't seen before. It's definitely a symbol that you haven't really heard much of before. And it stands out between the color contrast of the blue and the green, and just like the thickness of the cloth and the way it feels. It all seems good. It seems nice. And so you pack it away. You find that the half pauldron is a nice polished brass with that same sigil etched in silver, with almost looks like the green enamel that filled it has been chipped away with age, corrosion seeming to creep around the edges of the brass itself. And the object looks to be that of a dagger, carrying the same symbol on its scabbard. It seems well weighted, and it seems mostly not used, which is strange of all things. Or if it was used, it wasn't used enough.
You know, the dagger's definitely going to like pique my curiosity because of the fact that it seems like it wasn't really used at all, or it was like a light usage at best.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange situation that you find here. But yes, that is what you find in the sack that you quickly put away, as you find it interesting and you wish to keep it for later.
Yep. And I'm definitely going to bring it up to probably when we get out of here. I'll wait for it when we get back to home base.
All right.
Are we good?
I think I
Greetings.
found plenty of things of use for us.
Wonderful. Let's keep moving. More ground we can cover now, the less we'll have to cover later.
Indeed.
And so, with the sun at its highest point, and you guys having searched through what you can here, you deem it's time to continue moving and go try to make your way closer to the financial building. In the distance, you can still hear the clamor of battle, though it seems to have died down. It seems as if the noises have become more primal. Being a little bit closer, it's a little easier to hear what's going on. But you can't discern much, unfortunately, from what you do hear.
Apologies, did I miss something?
Just what are you guys doing from here? Because you know you got to get to the financial building, and you hear that the sounds of combat are definitely strange and not what you heard before, but
Yeah.
hard to discern.
Not we're all right, so if we're there, I'd like us to follow this alley until we meet the exterior wall and try to push along the back side of the buildings.
All right.
That's actually what I was thinking too. So I agree with that.
Look, whatever's there, the more distance we can give ourselves to whatever is going on there, the happier I'm gonna be. Or I guess the happier I'm going to be. Not quite sure about you, but about the rest of you, but that, and a gesture towards the center of town, is not normal.
No, I don't like how the combat sounds have been slightly changing.
Remember, while you're in here, you can't always trust what you hear.
Which is why I'm cautious of it. I'd rather stay away from the sounds than be near them.
Is there any chance I could also set up a trap, or like just like another flare trap, like I did before, to like see if we're being followed?
Yeah, sure. As long as you have the materials
good,
for
yeah.
it, by all means.
Would it have been able to be found like here? Because honestly, like the last bit of materials that I had for it was at the tavern.
I imagine that you'd be able to find some rudimentary stuff. It may not be the best device, but it would definitely at least cover
Enough to
your
catch
needs.
my attention.
Yes.
Question for you, actually, Mr. DM.
Uh-huh.
How efficient are fire starters?
What do you mean?
Like, an item you can get is a tinderbox. Sorry, I misspoke. So, how efficient is it?
Essentially, it's just a box full of material you use to start a fire. So,
Right.
how efficient it is usually up to the user. As well as the environment they find themselves in, to be more specific.
I'm thinking a little MacGyver here. So,
Okay.
could, if I gave him my tinderbox, could he at least make something that would start a spark?
More than likely.
I give him I give him my tinderbox to completely empty and tinker with. Could he make something to start to actually cause a flame or something like that?
Yeah, more than likely. It wouldn't be super difficult, as a tinderbox is basically just full of flammable material and a flint and steel.
Most of the buildings in this section of the city, are they stone or wood?
Because of the icy conditions, a lot of them are a combination of the two. The wood helps with insulation. The stone seems to act as a good grounding method for structures. So you could probably find a building that is more wood than stone.
Nah. So what are the exteriors made of?
I feel like he's trying to see.
Most of them
stone.
are wood. Like the actual exteriors themselves, like the siding, quote unquote.
All right, well there goes that plan. Do you see the pieces I was throwing down there?
I did.
I really don't want to have to fight these things as the city's burning down.
Burning down.
Really don't want to do that.
No, I was.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, Kriya goes. Nez, and he's going to toss you his tinderbox.
There is one other thing I could do.
I'm going to catch that tinderbox, and I'm going to look at Okros. Okros, I know I made you some grenades a while back.
Yeah.
Do you think I could take one back to make a flare out of? I'm trying to just see if we get followed right now with the way these creatures are being. And I'd rather know that we know where they are.
Very well. Yeah.
I believe you should
Okros
still
will
have 3.
dig out one of the hand grenades and give it to him.
Yeah, easy enough. Yeah, so between those two things, you're relatively easy of making a rudimentary trip flare.
So that like just triggered like a memory in my head for some godforsaken reason when he said tinderbox.
I mean, we're not laying a portal to the Nether here.
I mean, you could be.
I think I have enough problems already. I really think I have enough problems.
We don't need any Creed trauma tonight.
No. I don't need some giant ghost that shoots fireballs at me also involved in this. I'm already dealing with nightmare fuel, and Jenna probably gonna get me killed, so.
I would say after we set the trap up, I'm
Or
ready to
no.
go.
All right. So you set the trap up relatively easily. It's not anything you haven't done before. And so, with a few little twists and turns and a fixing of your materials, you're able to do it. And once it's set up, you are all now free to continue moving based off Creed's direction.
He's the best person to lead because he knows where north is at all times.
And what we're going to
Also,
do
he knows the map.
here is we're going to take a quick break. Everyone's going to be able to do bio or otherwise and just kind of check yourself before you wreck yourself. And we'll be back in about 5:10.
Man.
Why is Frostpunk music so great?
I was gonna say because it is.
Like, it is.
There's nothing else I could say to that.
The entire time we've been in here, I've just been listening to the soundtrack for Frostpunk.
Frostpunk is a good game in general. I beat it once, and then I've never gone back to it, but I should do another playthrough.
I've watched people play it.
Yeah,
I haven't done it myself.
I have not. I know I'm not gonna last very long.
Fair. It's an interesting sort of management game.
Leave it to the polls to make something unbelievably depressing.
Right. Didn't they also make this War of Mine? So
Yeah.
kind of fitting.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Poland, but like, they're like, hey, you know what'd be really fun?
If we
Let's make
insert our cultural trauma into these games,
yeah, you make
into these games,
yeah, you make everyone else understand what it's like to be Polish. But why? I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
literal why not energy.
Yeah. It's the burgers meme, but instead it's how do we make our games more fun? Insert our cultural trauma into the games. How will this sell more video games? Sell more video games.
Right.
I mean, Poland is also the same country that brought Microsoft and Sony to their knees when it came to refunds, so, clearly they're doing something. I don't know if it's something good or something bad, but it's something.
Yeah, fair.
I think my only complaint with the Frostpunk soundtrack is that they don't include the extended version of The City Must Survive by default.
It's up and around. I wonder what we'll find at the finance building.
I'm fully expecting that the lawyers are just still sitting there perfectly fine.
I even jokingly sent a message to Stealth, like when Burn was like, "You still hear combat in the distance, but it sounds strange." I was like, "In the distance, you just hear objection."
Objection.
Oh god. The next boss fight is fighting Ace, right?
Right.
Like it. I was thinking if the reason I was asking about the accent is if I can identify the accent as being like soldiers, the same as the soldier who I talked to in the infirmary. Yeah, no, that's not real. Those are imitations, are echoes of the people who came before.
Indeed.
Yo. No, my character's just like 100% like on caution at the moment.
Here.
Curious, but cautious.
Gracious.
Oh, I feel foolish.
Bull.
Oh. Never found the one spot to like, bomb my stream. She was just like finding the perfect spot to like put her head that she showed up.
He knows if she shows on stream, she's more likely to get treats.
Yeah. And the one that's actually showing up is the one that's fine to get a treat right now. The other one's a sicko.
Oh, they are they?
She will get it. The other one I can't. Oh. She gets a little one. The one that's sick.
Excellent. Small treat even for sick doggo.
Yeah, it's like a baked apple treat.
So,
So,
it shouldn't
it
upset their
should-
stomach even if she's.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well,
Let's
I mean, the
remove
baked apple
bragging on it.
treats usually have like some cinnamon on them and stuff as well, which is good for digestion.
You know, her dinner tonight actually was just rice and boiled chicken. So she got like a good dinner compared to just kibble.
Yee. Definitely a lot nicer for them than kibble to have stuff like that. Unfortunately.
Which is weird because of that was actually cheaper than the kibble.
Well, yeah, they gotta sell you expensive cancer.
Yeah. I'm at least hoping that the one that I picked is at least better than normal ones.
Yee. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, they throw freaking shit ingredients and everything.
Oh, no.
There
I
are
know.
some
So
that have
it's
shit ingredients
pure
and some that are good,
heroin
but
and like
It's pure. It's just not good. for
pure
you.
heroin and like random halves of birds.
right? But no, like legitimately, from what I understand, the process of making kibble just makes the product slightly carcinogenic in itself because you're like cooking it to that point.
Yep.
You gonna get
That's
cooked.
exactly why I was just like, I hope it's still good.
I do hope.
Indeed.
There it is.
But that's why the raw diet is always better, or a fresh diet.
Yeah, don't do raw. That's how you die.
No, for the dogs and stuff.
Dogs.
Oh yes,
Dogs
no,
are good.
For dogs they're fine. That's how they live. But we are humans. We put lightning and stones and fire and rocks. Don't do raw. Stupid.
We need at least medium rare.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, even with vegetables, it's been proven that eating them raw is less effective than sautéing them for just long enough to activate them and eating them.
Yeah, but then how can you lecture people about
How can you?
how much you're eating so much better?
I hate you.
Like, if you can't lecture people, like, what's the point?
If you can't lecture people on how much cooler you are, what the fuck is the point of doing anything?
How much healthier you're eating after your ninth Botox surgery? Like, what are you even doing with your life?
Botox surgery.
You know.
Jesus.
Well, it's always like those are the people you always hear about. They're like, you need to eat this raw, and you need to eat this, and do this, and then you look at them and you're like, why do you look like live action Skeletor?
Right.
And they're like, I'm so healthy.
As they wither away from lack of nutrients.
Yeah, and a light breeze comes in and just immediately tears their flesh from their bones.
Yep. I'm going to tell you what. If I ever need to put on muscle, I'm not sitting there eating a bunch of veggies. I'm eating a few steaks.
Well, you need to balance it, make sure you got your minerals and shit, but like don't stay to one side or the other.
You sit down and you sit there until a whole cow is gone.
The best way that was explained to me by someone who stuck to what he called the old school way of eating, basically from where his family came from in Scandinavia, was break everything down into its basics, enjoy what you eat, and make sure that you don't stick to one group more than the other. The best way he described it was imagine like having multiple girlfriends. You don't give one more attention than the others because they'll get jealous and then shit goes downhill. Spread the love, spread the calories, you'll be fine.
I wish I was skilled enough to have more than one girlfriend.
I mean, listen, we're not here to play
we have
Burn
girlfriends?
the Creed.
I was just gonna go. I wish I was skilled enough to have one.
I'm sorry, but I thought you were being like, Creed, who said you could have happiness? Sit back down. Are you telling me that the suffering? No.
You sit down, Mr. Creed.
It's like he just pokes his head above the water and Burns just stands there with a finger, puts it on his forehead, pushes it back down. No.
The content must be created, Creed. back down into your content hole.
I need him. And I have some more bowl that says happiness. You're like, nah, got it. I need views.
And to think, I don't get many views to start with.
Wow.
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 All right. Let's see. How I want to do this. Do that.
Wow.
And off we go marching.
Yes. Yes, you do. So, you guys continue going on your yonder way, trying to find your way through a city that is essentially in its utmost of chaos. So, you scatter yourself to the edge of the wall, continue going forward towards the financial building, hoping against hope that maybe, just maybe, something is in there that'll at least assist you, and if maybe not assist you, answer some questions that may be bothering you to this extent. With the financial tower in sight, it still does look like it's still standing. Your view from the battlements not ringing untruthful, as it seems that whatever fell this city, whatever came down upon it, did a relatively good job, save for a few of the larger ones. And it seems that as you get closer, it's because this building seems more reinforced than the others.
Yeah. That checks out. I mean, they're lawyers, yeah. A lot
You
of
got the
people
money
are
to be safe.
not a lot of people are happy to see lawyers.
I don't want to talk about it.
I
I
assume
agree.
even in fantasy times, bankers and lawyers are still hated by everyone.
Not as much as tax collectors.
You know where they probably are too? The finance building.
Mm-mm.
Along with accountants.
Probably.
Won't do.
To quote Obi-Wan, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah, promote.
I ready earplugs for everyone. We don't want to listen to the lawyers, do we?
Not going to have much of a choice. Yeah. All right, Mr. DM. Do we need to be worried about your silence? I feel like we do.
No,
I'm not just
letting you guys
paranoid.
do your thing.
Again, I'm not just paranoid. Like, I know when the DM goes silent, sometimes it's bad for us. I'd just like to know now.
It's more line. I was just letting you guys do
silence
and
is
prepare.
deafening.
I was making sure that if you guys had anything you want to do or role play or etc., that you guys do it. I've been trying to give you guys more moments, more things for you to do as your characters, because you guys have been doing really good with that. So I was giving you a second. You guys are approaching the financial building, like I said, and that it seems relatively well intact, even to the point of that there doesn't seem to be much resistance, if anything, outside of it. Strange as that may be. At this point, the sun is at its, what you would essentially call its 4 o'clock position, as it has apexed past its highest point and is now beginning to essentially rest, or starting on its decline into the horizon.
Glad to see we made it in time.
Why does this building seem so much more intact than all the others?
I can offer. That word really fell apart. I can offer a hypothesis, but it'd be more conjecture than anything else. Or if I had to guess, I'd say we share at least one thing in common with the creatures that now possess this town. When it comes to money, everybody hates the finance department.
My least favorite part of cooking. Finances.
Says the pirate.
It's my least favorite thing of trying to like create stuff is coming up with the money.
The man who doesn't pay taxes complaining about paying taxes.
Before I had to.
From the outside,
Maybe that's the reason he's a pirate.
do we notice anything? Like, are there broken windows?
On the ground floor.
All right, Creed's just gonna head up to the door then. See if it's open.
Wait, how many dead bodies of those foolish enough to try to storm the building are laying outside of those broken windows? No.
Too many to count.
Oh. Truly formidable.
As we walk up, I just want to say I'm going to throw Nameless over my shoulder and have Lucifer ready to, flame anyone that comes wrong way.
Etoble, you know.
Just throw him through the window.
What,
It's an
Nameless?
option.
You just throw him through one of the windows. I'm breaching, and you just throw him through. Do not throw the cat through the window.
Yeah, well,
But it's such
When
a
you
good
said
idea.
that, I thought throwing
Yeah.
Nameless through and leaving Lucifer outside to guard.
Such a solid idea, though, Creed. Like, why would you give that idea if you don't want them to do it?
Mostly because it's not funny if he doesn't have to deal with the consequences.
Fair. If he's not here to deal with it,
Yeah.
it does kind of lose its
But-
charm.
We throw him in there, and there's like 4 death claws. Like, it's not as funny as if he has to deal with the fact that he's in there alone with 4 of them.
You want the live reaction, essentially.
Yeah, I want the cat to suffer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm at the point that I just want everyone else to suffer too.
this man really do be like, it's not the same if I don't throw him inside and hear a faint.
Yep. If I don't have the chance to make fun of him for being a cat, like, what am I even doing?
Why am I here?
I could scream at him not to call up a furball. You know, that it's okay every so often as a cat who's allowed to have a bad hair day. You know. I'm not gonna lie, I have been looking up cat puns, so. I mean, last session I literally looked up like
cat names.
Yeah, cat names. I literally looked up cat names to make fun of him. So.
He sent me the link of all the names, so that's why I know.
Like,
Nice.
I'm committed to doing this now. Just as much as he's going to harass the elf, I'm going to harass him even harder, and I'm going to do it with a dry British accent.
Oh fuck, my thing's not working. Or has to dip for a bit. She's got something to take care of, but I will be back in about an hour or so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Playing.
we're going
Can I
in.
change it from nameless to aura throwing in?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Double the effect. Throw them both in.
Throw them both in.
That way we get this tsundere relationship going.
Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yep.
She was like, I'm done.
I love how she disconnected and then reconnected to make sure that you weren't actually throwing her.
And then she just deafened herself.
What a goober.
You know, so actually, with that whole like barrage of going in, I kind of just want to throw Lucifer in there now and yell breach as I do.
Yeah. I mean, sure. You throw Lucifer in there.
I would not advocate actually yelling that, by the way. Because whatever is in there is going
As
to
I
know
just
word.
like,
I believe
I'm just gonna look at you guys and whisper it.
Approach is going to be the best.
I'm going to
option.
whisper the word breach.
Breach.
So yeah, you throw Lucifer in there, and no sounds really come out of it, out of the hole specifically. It just seems oddly quiet.
Well, I'm gonna guess. Actually, hold on.
Well, I'm gonna guess it's safe in there. I haven't heard Lucifer doing anything yet.
Yeah, Creech
And
is going
he's
to walk.
not.
Creech is walking through the front door.
Creature's like, I'm out of here. I'm doing it.
Of course,
Lucifer hears like the action of the door opening. Looks. Oh, it's you.
You hear a faint, yeah, from Lucifer. Disappointment noises.
Nothing to incinerate.
So Lucifer being sad, Green, you enter the building, and as you imagined, it's a finance building. It seems that the ground floor that you're standing on doesn't seem that affected by the outside events. It's dirty, of course, as some of the windows have been broken and the rubbish has been left to come inside as it dare pleases. But past that, it seems, well, rather quaint, rather clean. Nothing really out of the ordinary, except that the entire situation is out of the ordinary.
It's Creech. So I assume there's like a counter in there.
Yeah, there's a front desk. As you look around, you see that there is a front desk. It's a half-circular front desk with stairs in the back leading up multiple floors. However many floors, hard to say, as the building outside looked relatively tall. It's probably about 8 stories, which is a pretty big-ass building for this time period. So what do you do?
I wish to do something stupid, and I'm going to need your support.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be positive, but I'll support you.
No, he's talking to the party. He's talking to the party.
I know, I'm
not to
being
the
a
DM.
facetious dick.
But
And I'm just gonna go. What is it, Watch Commander Creed?
well, he's gonna walk to the counter. He's gonna look for something.
If you're looking for a bell, there is one.
He's gonna ring the bell. There's
Yeah,
always a bell.
You ring the bell. And nothing seems to happen for a couple minutes.
I want to say Lucifer, as he rings the bell, is staring intently at the door we walked in from.
Okay.
So, you said nothing happens for a few minutes. Does that mean nothing happens at all, or something does happen?
No, like nothing. Like you wait a few
Okay.
minutes and nothing happens.
Okay. Now, that's the stupid part, but there is a reason for it. Did Creed hear anything react to the bell?
No, you heard the bell echo out. You feel as if you
Alright.
need to ring it again.
All right, this one where I ask out a character. What do you think? Do I trust it? What do you guys think? Do I go for broke or?
I feel like tonight is go for broke, but that's my opinion.
I mean, hell,
All right, Creed's gonna go ahead and ring the bell again.
You ring the bell again, and this time you hear something start to scurry. Very odd sounding small footsteps echo from behind the counter as a sound of small grunting seems to follow it, as you eventually see tiny hands reach up onto the counter, and in front of you sits what looks to be a seems to be a green, small, draconic, almost cross between a humanoid looking figure. Also, hello Joe, don't burn outside, it's terrifying. 45 degrees already at 11 in the morning. Good lord.
Wait, is that Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. I
damn.
thought it was Fahrenheit. I was like, that sounds enjoyable.
No,
I was
no.
gonna say that sounds really nice.
It's like 58 out right now in Toledo, and it's actually very nice.
No, it's 45 centigrade. It's not fun.
No,
No,
yeah,
thank
no,
you.
no, that is not fun. All right, so I mean some sort of weird, half draconic man. Awesome.
It's essentially a 2 foot high, out of character. It's a homunculus. In character, and no AC. Joe, you're killing me. Well,
God,
actually, you're dying.
yeah.
I'm feeling bad for you, my guy. Try your best, please. We like having you around.
I hope the con saves are low.
Oh wait,
Hope the
this thing's
con
2
saves
feet
are
tall.
in your favor.
This thing is so small.
Yeah, homunculi are usually small.
Wow.
Yeah, it is out of character. It is a homunculi. A draconic humanoid-esque hybrid of a homunculi that clambers up to the counter and sits in front of you on its haunch. Temp in the game, winter, summer. They are currently in the Arctic, Mr. Joe. So they're currently looking at probably something to the tune of like outside of the dome, it's like -10, -15 centigrade. In the dome they're in, it's about I would say like 15-ish. So if they step outside, they will get like almost immediate frostbite. But as they're inside, it's relatively temperate. But it is extremely humid, like Amazon jungle levels of humidity.
Us, the Canadians,
Bald.
sitting here kind of like at -15 frostbite.
That's
Listen,
literally
your
spring for
Canadian
us.
resistance doesn't transfer over to your lion folk. That's for
Well, it
That's
may
literally
not, but my
spring.
boots of winter striding protect me.
I
My
really thought you were about
boots.
to say boots of fur.
My boots. I hate you. Shut up.
Oh my
Oh, Club
god.
was looking at him.
You don't get to make those jokes. Anyway, Creed, you're staring at what looks to be a homunculi as he clambers up the counter and sits on his haunches and looks at you and goes, "Huh?"
I wish to speak to a financial advisor, please.
As it just stares at you.
Tom.
It holds out what looks to be a small number pad, almost, with brass keys set into a metal plate that has the numbers 1 through 9 on it, and holds it out to you and goes,
Creed's gonna tentatively take it.
It seems to be gripping this tightly. It takes its other hand and like shakingly points at the numbers.
He's gonna lean down and look at the numbers.
You look at the numbers, it's their number keys built into this pad. He motions for you to tap the numbers.
I don't understand what the numbers mean.
He points at the wall behind him where there is a poster that says like 1, customer service, 2, financial services, 3, human resources, 4. It's a department listing.
So, world question:
Uh-huh.
are homunculi normally existing?
If there's a wizard around.
Shit, I didn't think about that. Okay, so
Or an artificer.
Or an artificer. But usually wizards.
Creed's gonna
When it's
Actually,
that type of homunculi, yeah.
struck the actual pose I was thinking, where he holds his elbow with one hand and taps his chin with the other.
Wait.
Where would a wizard be?
Oh, you did say wizard. I thought you said Weezer. I'm like, okay, well, that's a creep.
Not the fucking...
Where would
Wow.
a wizard be?
She's just straight on music.
Right.
Nez, I believe this is your section.
I was gonna ask, like, would I notice that this is a homunculi or homunculus?
You would... excuse me. You would definitely recognize it as a homunculus-like creature. It definitely doesn't look like anything you've seen before, but also this place has shown you a lot of things you haven't seen before. So you kind of roll with it. But it does, for the lack of a better description, yes, it looks like a homunculi.
So then I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna try and talk with it and see what happens then.
Are you just gonna just talk normally at it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, mocking it's the way it speaks is probably not the best route. Just throw it out there.
I was gonna just try and do a normal talk for the moment. Or at least in my best way of, because if I know how homunculi are, try and talk with it in the way I would talk with my own.
So you try to communicate the best you can, like how you would talk to Lucifer, and it just looks at you with almost empty eyes, as it doesn't really seem to understand what you're saying, and goes back to pointing at the wall, then the numpad that it's holding in front of you.
So I'm gonna say. So the number pad goes to the wall.
No, the number pad is in the homunculi's hand.
You know,
And then
it's like in my way of saying it is
okay.
this number pad and wall.
It
Like
nods.
not saying like it's on the wall.
Yeah,
like, but
it nods to you as it points at the wall again, and you can clearly see that it lists 1 front desk, 2 financial services, 3 hotel stay, 4 human resources. Like it's this list of numbers of 1 through 9 of different departments, and it's holding a number pad in front of you that has keys on it listed 1 through 9.
I has a question.
Okay.
Does this thing seem to understand what Creed is trying to tell it?
Yes and no.
Okay, perfect. Continue, sorry.
Okay.
I really thought you were just about to go. So, can you ask this for me if I'm not sure?
No. I immediately thought of something like a little cruel to say, but I was like, wait a minute. That's wrong. And I was like, wait a minute, can this thing even understand me? But apparently it can, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Do the smart thing.
Indeed.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, it just keeps looking at you with empty eyes as it continually points at the number pad, waiting for your input.
I
Aura's
want to
gonna
just ask:
so
is
Aura's
anyone else around?
No. It is just you guys, a front desk, stairs, and this homunculi.
I want to let me like rephrase that real quick. So I'm asking the homunculus if anyone else is around.
It
on the
nods
floor,
slowly.
basically.
Aura's gonna reach and try and push the button.
All right, she's gonna. So while you're speaking to it, you see Aura reach over and try to hit a button. What number does she hit? She hits 6. So you reach over and you just randomly hit a key. You hit the number 6 as you see the homunculi sit back on its haunches and its mouth open as you hear do 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 do. Thank you for holding. Your financial advisor will be with you shortly. Have you heard that the temperature outside is frightful? Come inside and learn about our leasing options for apartments. As the voice message just kind of sits on this weird tone you can't put your finger on. And then it just goes from the noises to bop, 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 bop. And the homunculus's mouth closes and shakes its head no.
Can I push another button?
I mean, Nez is between you and the number pad. Are you going to try and push
I want
past
to
him
roll
again?
to slap her hand.
I was going to say, I'm going to roll slower.
Give me
roll to
dex
avoid
check.
the slap?
So,
I
dex
would
check,
like to roll
Creed.
to avoid the slaps.
Here, let's do this first. Dex check from Creed, please.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a 19.
Yeah, the first time you reach Jenna, you definitely get popped in the back of the hand as
I'm gonna try again.
you're going to wait a second as you get your hand popped. Nez is now up to bat again with the homunculi.
Nez, push a button.
All right. So that floor doesn't have someone. Can you tell me what floor does?
It shakes its head no.
Can I try and push a button? Yep.
What? It's been like 2 seconds.
I know, he got to talk to it. I told him no, so I want to push another round of button.
she's thinking that in her head. I'm gonna turn around. Hey guys, so the first button that was pressed that she just so jumped on did not work. I asked if he knew where someone would be, and I just got a head shake. No. So, what floor would you guys like to try?
3.
Can you tell us what floor your master's on?
The homunculi tilts its head towards you and reaches and presses the number 9. As its head tilts back and its mouth opens, as you just hear a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Oh, this is cursed.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo. Hello? Hello? Why? Who's calling me? Why are you inside the building?
The door was open.
Do you have an appointment? Is my assistant there to help you?
Your assistant is dead, and I have an appointment from 30 years ago.
Ha! I don't see you on my ledger. Well, pay her the late fee and then be gone with you. Thanks! Click. As the homunculus's mouth
Laura's gonna press
closes,
number 9 again.
you hear...
What?
We just got kid expired.
Fun. So Laura's gonna press number 9 again and wait for the phone to ring.
Oh, wonderful.
It rings again as the homunculus's mouth opens and you hear the noise. Again, the voice comes back and goes, hello? Hello? Again.
Hi, sir.
Ah,
You this fine evening.
who are you? Why are you calling me? Why are you inside my building? How'd you get this number? What is happening?
My name is Laura, and I am pleased to meet you. I heard a lot of great things about you.
What'd you say? Your name is Laura? I don't know a goddamn Laura. Why are you in my building? Do you have an appointment?
I do have an appointment, actually, to discuss my financial needs.
Did Linda say that you had an appointment, or are you just saying you had an appointment?
Linda, I believe that was the nice lady I spoke to's name. Yes, she said I had an appointment.
Roll deception.
My God.
My list. Oh, this is going to be 16.
Ah, yes, of course. Linda's very good at scheduling. All right. I guess I can make time in my busy schedule to bring you up, speak of your financial decisions. Very
I would
good.
appreciate it greatly, sir. Thank you.
Please step into the chamber behind the homunculi. Thank you.
Will do, sir. Thank you.
And you see the homunculus's mouth close as it puts the numpad down and then skitters away. As a large
gonna
door
look
opens.
Turn and look smugly at Creed and walk towards the door.
I'm so damn confused right now.
I'm just confused because I asked if anyone was around, and the homunculi shook his head no. And then you asked about the master. And then
Laura's gonna
that
yell,
happened.
yell from the elevator thing and be like, "Are you coming, boys, or do I have to fix this problem for you too?"
I must confess. I'm coming around to murdering the elf.
TikTok, boys, let's go. We have a man to go talk to.
Ugh.
For
Creed
once,
is going
she's
to
right.
Creed's gonna follow.
So
Indeed.
you all step into the sequentially an elevator, and it takes you up to the top floor of the building, to where it opens to a very vividly grotesque and gilded floor where the floor looks to be of marble. The walls seem to be of mahogany. The columns that lead you to a large door at the end of this corridor seem to be represented of a man being slowly crushed by said column. The columns are gilded and plated gold, or could be made of solid gold. It's hard to tell. But a red carpet that sits on the ground that goes from the elevator to the large main door lays cleaned and untarnished.
And the man is being crushed by the pillar, you said?
As you sequentially go down the pillars, the man who is holding up the pillar in the first one is stepwise getting to the point of being crushed by the pillar, almost in slow motion.
Oh, okay. So it's not an actual man.
No, it's a statue that's built into the column.
All right, guys. I say we follow the yellow brick road. I mean the red brick carpet. I mean the red velvet carpet. Let's go. Creed, would you like to take the lead on this, Captain, my captain? You're the one that wanted the meeting. I just got it for you.
You're the one he's expecting, so.
No, he's expecting Laura.
You said you knew who she was, so. Evidently, you're the one with the appointment. So, he'll do like a little bow and wave of his hand. After you.
All right, I tried to give you the opportunity that you so desperately wanted that I made happen, but if you insist, and she's gonna walk towards the door.
You walk towards the door. I imagine, are the rest of you following behind?
Yep.
All of you seem intimidated by the decoration of this corridor. It's
and what's this man's
extravagant.
name again? I don't think I was here when you said it.
He didn't give a name.
Yeah, he didn't give a
He
name.
didn't.
Oh, right.
He's just,
Okay.
from what I can tell so far, he's just some asshole wizard.
Okay. Gotcha.
You
All right, well.
You approach the door, and you are just intimidated and bewildered by the decoration of this corridor. It is extravagant to the extreme. And it smells gently of mint for the time being. But as you approach the door, that smelly smell, that smells smelly, seems to waft from beneath the thick oak doors that remain gilded and closed.
Oh.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and you hear a voice simply from inside go, "Yes, come in, come on, wasting my time. I have many things to do, one of which is to not listen to what you have to say. In. And you see the doors immediately swing open with force that would not be normal to open. It seems very, very strong compared to what it is. And you see behind the doors, there is no one there to have opened it.
Hello? Are you in here, sir?
You see further
Hello?
down this room, you see a large gilded desk. Behind it, a small man in green robes sits. Across the table looks to be multiple stacks of books. Thick books with leather straps holding them closed. And all around the room, in the bookcases and places of scrolls and tapestries and records run almost 100 homunculi all over the place. And you
Hello, sir.
Yes, Linda sent you. Is that the case, to discuss your financial future?
Yes, Linda sent me to discuss mine and my comrade's financial future. My name is Laura Leia, but you may call me Laura for short. How are you doing this fine evening?
I don't know why you speak to me as if we're acquaintances, but you can sit regardless so we can discuss your numbers. What account number did you have with us exactly?
8675304. Oh no, it's 8675309. That's what it is. Sorry, sir.
He looks at you with eyes that are tired. As you get close, you see that this man is older looking, with a long beard and his green robes. The books across the table, getting closer, seem to be tomes. Not just books, but tomes. All with different writing and sigils on their covers. And he looks at you and goes, "That's not a number here. Would you like to try again? Laura?"
8675308.
He grasps the bridge of his nose and goes, "Do you even know where you are?"
In a chair in an office with a nice old man who's going to tell us what we want to know, right?
He's just, "I see. You've come to take what is mine. But much like those idiots that worked for me, I'll take what I wish, because everyone has their price." As he snaps his fingers at you,
sir. Oh, nay.
roll me a dex save. For you specifically,
save?
Aura, a dex save.
12.
You feel a strange magic hit you as you get an instant Brazilian wax.
What?
Sir, I would appreciate it if you would cease doing so. We're just here to talk. We're not here to take anything. So get your magic thingies out my drawers.
No, like, it's all the hair is ripped off of your skin immediately, instantaneously.
I heard Brazilian wax, and I thought this man was being a perv.
No, like, you're getting instantaneously waxed, as in the spell is just ripping the hair out of your skin immediately.
Effectively giving you a Brazilian wax.
Yeah. Gotcha now. Sir, we're not here to take anything, and first off, that hurt. Second off, we just want to talk. That's all. We're not here to take anything from you. We just want to talk. Are you capable of having a conversation? Are you gonna?
He squints at you and goes, "That's what the other said." As he points around, and you realize where that smell you smelt is coming from. As around the room, in chairs behind desks, are other dead wizards. I will buy my way to heaven, as he stands up as lightning begins to crackle through the windows. It was a clear sky outside, but now lightning begins to crackle down in the room you're sitting in as you're all thrown backwards. And you find yourself in combat with the finance wizard.
God. Why did I let her negotiate?
Why, indeed.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you wanted to see him. He just doesn't listen very well.
Well, I'll see you all at the end of the round.
I'm trying to find where
Uh-oh.
my scene went that had my combat skins on it.
I wish I had a bunch of. Oh my gosh! I got a great idea.
There we go. We'll do
Does
this.
anyone have a lot of copper?
I have a lot of shit that I've never used.
No. I'm talking about the money. Does anyone have a lot of copper?
I have gold coins.
No. I need copper. All you do every round is you just throw another copper coin at him.
Where would my copper be located?
Underneath your currency.
You probably don't have any.
I don't think so, no.
Oh
You
well.
probably have just like regular gold pieces because no one really deals in copper except psychopaths.
I just
Broke
think
as
that
fuck.
that'd be a great way to like knock him out of his clearly trumped up.
Silver.
No. Just like like every round, legitimately throw a piece of copper at him. Enough money, he's gonna get distracted.
I don't want to fight nobody. I was just trying to talk to the man.
Looks like you were going to talk to the bear.
I was gonna say.
This one seemed relatively fucking reasonable at first.
That's what we all think.
Indeed.
So you find yourself at odds with the finance wizard. And so now we're going to roll initiative if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I rolled nat 20.
I got 17.
I got 15.
Can I know what the wizard got? Trying to figure out if I feel really bad about myself or not.
Hang on. I'm making sure I'm adding everybody to the initiative.
Because I got a 4.
All right. Creed got a 4. Okrosh, you said you got a 7?
No, I got a 15.
Oh, you got a 15. Who said they got a 7?
Aura says she had 17.
Oh, 17. Okay. And then
And
Nez,
I have a 21.
21. All right.
What's 9 plus 10?
I don't know, I can't count that high.
There's a reason he's a paladin and not a finance wizard.
Yeah.
All right. So, top of the turn order is Nez. What you got?
Loading scene. Oh, come on, Owlbear. Do not do this to me.
Ha, you're
It's
blind.
doing it.
The spell hits you in real life. Oh, no.
Seriously, it really did. I was like, you gonna load?
The game has become real.
Range is 150. That's more than enough, right? Let's see.
Are you using Lucifer? Please tell me you're using Lucifer.
Oh no, Lucifer's out to begin with. But he can't reach that far.
Oh, fuck. How
We'll get
far?
like halfway up. Can I get one of the burn? You know what I want to do.
You want your sphere.
Yes.
All right, there's your 40-foot sphere.
windmill.
Do you want to know what's been relatively useless?
What?
My fucking trident. I bet it didn't warn y'all with the fucking skinwalker that night either.
It's because you weren't
Well,
asleep.
you were unconscious.
Yeah.
And also, it wasn't sneaking up, but you knew it was there. You just didn't want to go outside.
Actually, I did.
Yeah. You wanted to open the door. I would not have let you.
All right, so
So I'm gonna do the Napalm Molotov, which is a dex save of 16.
all right. All right, so let's see if he does this. So as a reaction, he's going to cast one of his cantrips. And you need to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Some saving throw. Uh, 22 with a nat 20.
So you still feel the effects of this for the time being. Is that Lucifer goes to fire the Molotov and instead seems to jam up as you look over, and there is now a coin slot on his side. As you hear the wizard go, "Pay the piper! It's payment time!"
Lucifer, the EA DLC.
Oh, no.
Microtransaction.
Lucifer's officially pay to play.
Truly, their evil knows no bounds.
As I take a silver and put it in the coin slot.
It rejects it. It says 1 gold piece.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it is.
Anyone got gold?
I do. How do I give him my gold?
On your turn.
Okay.
You'll just give him a gold on your turn. So
Okay.
you go to fire the Molotov. He essentially counterspells it with microtransaction. And now Lucifer, for the rest of combat, is pay to play.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Oh, I loved making this wizard. It was fucking hilarious, the shit I was coming up with.
He made sure it was like, oh yeah, I hope he does it, because if he doesn't have the counter effects of doing a spell.
Anything else you want to try and do, Nez? Since you got microtransactioned?
Action. For my bonus action. 1, 2, 3. That's what we're gonna do for that. That's all I can do.
All right. Next is Aura.
Is the homunculi classified as a beast?
The homunculi around you are not attacking you, but they're also considered constructs.
Oh, so I can't wild shape into one? Okay.
Why would you want to wild shape into a homunculi?
So I can
He
confuse
likes to
them.
wild shape into weird things, okay?
She does. She does.
No. I want to wild shape into a homunculi because then I can confuse him with the homunculi around us.
Look.
You know what? No, let her cook. Let her cook.
No. If there's one thing the lawyer's gonna be good at, it's counting. All right. If he started his day with 14 homunculi and a 15th one shows up, he's gonna know something's up.
But which one's the right one? Which one is me?
I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be that hard.
Let her cook. Let her cook. All right,
Fine.
sure. Or
Good.
I will give you the option to turn it into a homunculi for your wild shape. Do you want to do it before or after you toss a gold piece to Nez?
After. I'm giving Nez my gold piece now.
Okay. Nez, you have 1 gold piece that is flicked to you by Aura as she wild shapes into a homunculi that looks identical to the other homunculi that are along the walls that have remained passive for this time. What do you do now as a homunculi? You are now able to, I guess, scamper 20 feet for your movement and or fly 30 feet.
I would like to remain dormant like the homunculi around us. Actually, no. Where are they located? Are they the gray squares or circles?
No, the gray circles are columns. There are about 100 homunculi in this room that are just kind of meandering about the shelves and such, full of books and scrolls and records, just kind of doing their thing as this is happening.
I'm just gonna scamper 15 feet.
In what direction?
Towards him.
Okay, you can either walk, quote unquote, 20 feet, or you can fly 30.
I'll fly 30.
Okay. Move your person. So
I think that was
just
roughly 30.
just so I'm aware of what just happened, you chose to wild shape into a homunculi after tossing Nez a gold piece and then flying to the center of the room.
Yep.
Cool. Anything
now.
else you want to do, or is that your turn?
Well, do I still have magic?
No, you're a homunculi.
That's all I want to do then.
Okay. Cool.
Much.
Okros, you see Aura toss a gold piece to Nez and turn into a homunculi and fly to the center of the room and just kind of sit there. What do, sir?
There's no other homunculi around her at all.
There's some like walking around, but they're not really paying attention to her. They're mostly moving around above you guys, about 20 feet above your heads. Like, you can see them messing with books and records and scrolls and stuff that are in slots in this weird bookcase that kind of circles the entirety of this office.
Okay, so she doesn't. There's like, because she's trying to blend in with them, right?
Yeah.
There's homunculi around me, yeah.
There's like a couple scampering around, but most of them are like 20 feet above your head, and you're just kind of in the middle of the floor.
I mean, if she's trying to hide amongst them and she's only amongst a couple, wouldn't it be better if she was amongst more than just a couple?
Yeah, I thought there was more on the floor when I made the decision to be where I am.
I mean, you look like the rest of the homunculi, but you chose to fly forward towards the floor.
I have an idea for the next round if I make it that far.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm going to. I can use it, right? Fucking. Sorry. Where is that ability? There it is. Yeah, okay, good. So I had to find a ability and double check how it worked. I'm going to enter my... Yes, I'm going to enter my rage using my bonus action, which I'm going to trigger instinctive pounce at the same time to move half of my speed upon entering, which my speed is 45, so I guess 20 feet for the leap. And then I'm going to go the rest of the 45 feet and charge him.
All right. So you're charging right at him. Just gonna get up in his face.
Yep, and I'm going to swing.
All right. Roll the hit.
Oh. Yeah, that is ooh. I only rolled a that's plus brain, please work. A 13.
You go to swing as he's standing up at the desk, and you swing and you just hit air as he floats a little bit backwards and goes, "Come now, you think you could hit the finance wizard with a stick?"
Oh.
You do get your second attack, Rexus, if you want to swing again. Because you
said he floated a little bit back?
Well, not far enough back he's out of your reach, but like he moved away from the head of your mace you were trying to bring down upon his head.
Am I able to throw the ice pick as my second attack?
I mean, if you want. Roll without proficiency, but sure.
Well, no, if he's still within range of the... Conan, back off. I love you. Calm down. Sorry, he's sitting here freaking like nosing at me.
Give him some head pats.
Yes, he does get the head pats. Freaking, yeah, I'll just swing normally. I should save that for if he actually gets out of range. That one is considerably better at a 20. 25 to hit.
He uses his second reaction, and as you hit, you do make contact with something. As your mace, your fucking meat tenderizer. I keep calling it mace, it's not exactly what it is. Your big fucking wampum stick cracks through whatever is in front of you as it just decimates this target. As you look up, you see that he stands to the side and he goes, "You hit one of my shell companies, you bastard!"
God. Okay, I have a legitimate out of character question for you.
Yeah.
How long did you spend coming up with financial puns? Like, I have to know. Because it took me a second there, but how long did you spend looking, like coming up with them?
I knew a few of them already. It's just now I get to use them to
Oh my god.
fight you with, which is kind of funny to me.
Inconvenience as fuck is what it is.
Good.
That's fine. I'm fine. For now, anyways.
So it's the finance wizard's turn. As you hear him yell, "Trust funds!" As you see the tomes that were on the desk begin to rise up and circle around him. As he points out towards the three of you here, three of you being Lucifer included in that count. as you see a large green rectangle pop up in between you and him. That is 50 foot wide, or no, 50 foot long and 10 feet wide. It goes, ha! Get through my hedge fund, fuckers!
Oh my fucking god.
How tall?
It's 10 feet tall. Can I put numbers on it? No. I cannot. Anyway. Yeah, so it's a 10 by 10 by 50. As he is over here after the Okros attack, casts Head's Fund, and gets 2 more spells to cast because of his Trust Fund spell. And he points to you, Okros, and goes, I have the most cursed spell for you. As he snaps his fingers, I need you to make a con save, please.
Pray for that, not 20.
Okay, so moment. Con save. I think I have. No, I have advantage on strength checks, not strength throws, not con throws. Okay. Oh. 25.
You said 25?
Yep, 17 plus 7.
Nice. That's 24. But yes.
Sorry, 24, not 25. I can math.
So you
Wizard.
feel these rays hit you as it sweeps over your body, and you feel like your financial status starts to drop, but then remains as nothing on you changes. He goes, the savings account are strong with this one. Retreat! As he throws his hands down, and you see him poof and vanish. As you hear just the words whisper over the air, money launder! As he is now over here. Don't think I don't see you, little rat. I can smell somebody being a whistleblower. As he's going to use a legendary action, and he's going to cast it on Aura. I need you to give me a dex save.
The one number I have, that's a fucking 0. 13.
I'm gonna flash it for a +3.
+3. All right. So even with the 16, he points and he goes, I smell a whistleblower. And he goes, collective debt. And you see gold chains come out of the floor and grab onto your tiny homunculi ankles. And you are grounded to that spot. So you are technically grappled. Grapple.
You motherfucker, you can read my mind, can't you? You know exactly what I was gonna fucking do.
And that is his turn, which leads us to Creed.
That's Creed.
No matter how many times I've read this word, I always butcher
Is it thaumaturgy?
Yes.
Yes, thaumaturgy.
Creed's just gonna bellow as loud as he can. We don't want your bloody shit! We don't want anything from you!
That's what they all say, but then that's why I have so many books.
I love your books! Stop trying to fucking kill us!
He looks at you and goes, I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to protect my assets.
You're actively burning through your assets to kill us! That is bad business!
It's funny you think I'm trying to kill you, when maybe I'm just buying time. Creed,
have to
give
start
me a
speaking with
perception
time.
check, Creed.
That's a 6.
You think you hear the sound of the bell from before.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll point at him and scream that he's a bad businessman and cast Guiding Bolt at level 3.
All right.
Oh God.
I need a spell roll.
It's 16.
All right. You are safe on the spell roll. Roll to hit.
All right. That's 22.
That is a hit into the finance wizard.
All right, that's gonna be 21 points of radiant damage to him.
Ah, the light! It burns!
All
You'll see my bank records, you bastard!
right, so I will debating if I do it again. No, I'm not going to do it again. Instead, Creed is going to move up and drop his last gold coin into Lucifer. And
Lucifer, where's the life? And Nez, it means he's activated for a spell next turn. Or your next upcoming turn.
then and I gotta where's the measurer? That's too far. Never mind. There goes that idea. I'm wondering, can I actually grant something to an inanimate object? Like,
Lucifer. Well, so an inanimate object is just like a stool or something that is inanimate. If you're talking about like Lucifer, he's considered a construct and is not an inanimate object.
all right. So, okay, so here's another question then. 'Cause I'm trying to figure this out.
Uh-huh.
Can he resist the spell?
Technically, since he follows the will of his creator, if the creator wants him to push back against it, yes. But if it's something that directly affects, like, for instance, if you wanted to teleport Lucifer, like if you did like fucking dimensional door, Lucifer can't really say no. So he can't really be unwilling because of the type of construct he is. But if Nez is like, no, you're not taking Lucifer, then he would be considered resisting.
All right. One final question, I promise.
Uh-huh.
Where is Lucifer in the list? In the initiative
He's
list?
on Nez's initiative, so he's
Yeah,
at the
so
top of
he's
the list.
with me.
You're at the top of the list, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. In that case, I'm going to cast Haste on Lucifer.
Very good.
So for you, Mr. Nez, he gets +2 bonus to his AC, advantage on Dex saving throws, and additional action on each of its turns.
I know
So-
very well what haste does. I'm ecstatic on this.
So there you go. I just burned my my 2 level 3 spell slots for you. And Creed's just, although I'm not going to do it, he's continuously mock the business practices of the financier wizard
Very good. All
at
right.
every chance he has.
So that brings us to the top of the list with Mr. Nez and Lucifer. What do, sir?
So, I do want to just like ask a quick question before
Yeah.
I go. If I walk up and throw another gold coin in, that would give Lucifer 2 actions, right?
Yes. Well, that would allow him to do the 2 actions.
Do
yes.
2 spells.
Yes.
Like. Okay.
Basically, for him to do the action, you need to put a coin in the slot.
But if I was to cast a spell from my gun, would that count as an action, or would I still be able to put the coin in?
So
Lucifer.
putting a coin in would be a free action once you get up close to him, because essentially you and Lucifer do not share the same action pool because you were two different people.
He's a bonus. He's my bonus action pool technically.
Yes.
So
Yes, technically, but he is his own construct at this point in time because of haste. So you basically telling him to do something is a bonus action. You commanding him to do something, but if he has multiple actions, he can use them. You're essentially just pointing him in the right direction. So you going up to him would be your movement and a free action. And then whatever he does past that would be his own movement / actions.
all right. I just like want to clarify before I start saying what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So then I do want to move my character up, drop
Mhm.
another coin in. And then for one of his actions, I do want to do the Molotov, the Napalm Molotov, which is my fireball. So then that is a dex of 16.
Alrighty, let's see. All right, he does save it, so we'll take half. So roll me damage.
That was a 33, so half that.
So it'd be 16. So we take 16 flame damage. Which other action?
And that was a Lucifer one. That was a spell slot 3, which means I'm done with those. I want to move him, which is that. That is just shy of hitting him.
I'll let you take it, but if it's a roll to hit, it'd be a disadvantage.
So it is his flamethrower is what I was looking at,
So it's a cone.
which is a dex save of 15.
All right. Well, you can do it. Well, then what happens is the wizard will just get advantage on his save because you're
Dex
just
save.
slightly out of range.
All right.
All right. He totally needs it, and he fucks it up twice. Beautiful. So he'll take full damage even though he had the distance. It's like fucking 40k on the tabletop all over again. How'd you roll Snake Eyes to charge 3 fucking times in a row?
That'd be 9 damage on that.
Very good.
And then because that was all Lucifer doing it, can I still do, and this is just a question, can I still do my incendiary
You get
rounds
your action.
from my gun?
Yes, that would be your action. Your attack action. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to shoot from the Dread which adds a 1d. Oh god, I just saw it. Now I blinked. 1d8 to the damage of the spell because I'm casting it through a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
And at level 2, that means it's 3 hit rolls I have to do. So that's a 22,
All right.
a 14,
Uh-huh.
and a 24.
All right, so 2 of those would be hits. And he's going to quickly use one of his legendary actions to try and knock one of them, and he doesn't. Cool. So roll damage for both.
So I'll roll 2 of the 2d6s, and then I'll just do a double of the 1d8.
Yep.
That's 11 and 12. 1, 2, roll. And 9.
41. 42.
All right. So you do 42 damage into him in total. And you see that he tries to bring up another one of his shell company, and the rounds just pierce through it and hit him anyways. As you see him fall to the ground from his floating position, the books scattering across the floor. As you hear him yell, "My tomes! My assets!" And that brings us to next, which is Aura. Aura, you were still grappled to the floor.
As a fucking homunculus,
As a fucking homunculi, that is correct.
I would like to start off by wild shaping out of my homunculi state.
You
If
do
I-
so. And you still seem to be chained to the floor.
Obviously. Aura's not that large. She can't break the cuffs. Am I like on my back chained to the floor?
No,
or am I
your
like
legs are chained to the floor.
ball and chain kind of shit?
No, like the chains go into the floor.
I know this. But like, do I have like long chain, short chain? What do I have?
You are chained to the spot you are standing. Like extremely short, directly into the ground from your ankles.
So I can't pick up my feet. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Well, we're gonna fucking send her. I might regret this, but we're gonna cast Blight at level 4.
Okay.
I think that's the one I want to cast. Yep. Cast that at level 4. I have to roll you a spell die. It's a 20, right? Yes. Yes.
Yep, and it's a level 4, so you can't get a 16 or
Or a
4.
4.
Yep.
My luck, I'll land on exactly one of those numbers. Or 18.
Oh.
Or 18.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
loving this.
I'm not. Can
Oh.
we pretend that didn't happen and just like lie to
No.
each other?
No. No.
This is normal.
No.
No.
Roll to hit the wizard, please.
I hope I get a 1.
I hope you don't.
I
No, I really
hope
don't
you
hope you get a
don't.
1. That would make it worse.
I'm rolling
really
a
hope.
20, right? I'm rolling another d20, right?
Yeah, you're just rolling to regularly hit with your spell, so your spell attack bonus plus the d20.
I don't even know what my spell is. I didn't look at that part.
Just
Okay, that's
click on the
important.
spell for the hit, and it'll do it for you.
What am I clicking? Oh, the thing beside the thing.
Yeah, the plus number besides the thing.
The effect. Oh, fuck me.
No,
35.
not.
No?
Oh, is that a dex save one or a save?
No, that was my spell.
Hold on. Before she starts doing crazy things. Here's your level 4 stuff. Yeah,
I'm
it's
pressing
a con 16 save. So that's something you lead with, Jenna. Is saying it's a con 16 save against the target. Because you're not rolling to hit, he has to roll to save it.
Oh, con 16
So
save.
we'll keep the damage that you did, and we'll roll a save. And he doesn't do well. And unfortunately, because you rolled high on your spell die, something interesting happens.
Something interesting happens to Aura? No.
Well, not to you, but to where you are currently. So you go to cast Blight, and some kind of magic channel opens between you and the chains in the ground. As the wood that you are standing on that makes up the floor in this room that connects to the marble outside, the homunculi that circle around overhead, everything besides the people you know begin to become afflicted by this blight. You all see the 100-ish homunculi immediately stop what they're doing and begin to shrivel up as pustules begin to form on their skin, and they fall down from the ceiling, splattering onto the floor. As you see the same pustules begin to form on the finance wizard, as he just begins screaming, "My homunculi! My assets! My currency! What have you done?"
Told you we just wanted to talk. You didn't want to talk. You wanted to cash that check, so now we're making sure you pay up.
So he's sitting there now, covered in pustules, taking 35 necrotic, as long as the rest of the homunculi also fall to the ground. Or roll me perception.
You mean my +8?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank fucking God I needed that +8. 11.
You see that just barely, you see something coming out of the homunculi that have fallen to the ground and died. Something that looks almost like a vapor coming from the pustules on their bodies that have burst. You also notice that the wooden planks beneath your feet have begun to degrade very quickly, as well as the planks that extend away from you within a 30-foot radius.
So I'm about to fall through this fucking floor, aren't I?
Mayhaps.
Because I'm still chained to the fucking thing.
So, with that, we find ourselves with Mr. Okros, which, Okros, you have watched this entire situation unfold in mere seconds. You've watched him disappear, reappear, as he was then hit with a radiant bolt, multiple fire damage attacks, and then you saw Aura, unwild shape, stand up, cast a spell that made pustules form on his skin, and also kill every homunculi in this room, that then fell to the ground, splattered, and vapor began to emit from the pustule boils that formed on them, as you see that the planks beneath her have begun to weaken. What do you do?
Probably let my ass fall for my shenanigans. Oh no, he owes me a life debt. He won't let me die.
Oh, now you remember.
I mean, so I do notice that the floor around her has started to look very bad.
Yeah. Like, they've started to degrade rapidly.
Can I roll perception to see if I think it's strong enough for me to even add the additional weight on it.
Roll me
Yeah, I didn't
wisdom,
think so.
actually. Roll me a wisdom check. Let's
I
get
didn't
that
even think
Wisdom
reasoning.
check. Fair enough. Well,
I'm about to be a
let's
fucking
see.
hit song here. He's
Well,
going.
thankfully I rolled well because I have a -1. I got a 15 in total.
You believe that if you charged to her, that you may have a chance to pull her away from the boards, but looking at the size of the area that is being degraded, that it may not work.
I
You
have an
feel
idea.
there's a 50-50 shot is essentially what you're looking at. And so this little circle on top of Aura is representing the floor that is being degraded currently.
Oh, so I'm gonna take the hedge fund with me too.
Well, the hedge has disappeared at this point.
You kind of melted it with blight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hang on by a thread.
Oh shit.
50-50 shot. You either get me or I fall.
Well, it's more of he would either get you or you both would fall.
That
That's
too.
50-50.
Check your DMs, Alexis.
What? I have nothing. I see.
Question for you, Mr. DM.
Uh-huh.
Do the chains on my feet change size? Or are they
Yes,
static size?
they change size because you went from a small homunculi to a medium-sized human-ish. So yes, they do change size with your...
My pen won't work if it goes out the window. Forget it.
Well, I have enough. Oh wait, I think I accidentally moved 5 feet when I was checking earlier, so I was actually back here.
Yeah, it was 40 when you
There we
checked
go.
it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to. I can't. It's only rogues that can use their bonus action to dash, right?
No, I think that's
thought
everybody.
That was everyone.
For some reason, I thought it was an action for everyone else. That might just be fucking Baldur's Gate fucking with me.
It's actions in combat, it's attacked, it's cast a spell, dash, disengage. Yeah, I think it's rogues get the bonus action to dash because it's their class skill. You can declare that you're going to dash for your action and just double your movement speed.
Yeah,
And I'd be able to use my bonus action to grab her on the way by, or try to grab her on the way
Well,
by.
yeah, because you'd be burning your action, not your bonus.
How far, I was going to say, how far can you dash, though?
Double his
I can
movement.
move 45 feet, so without dashing, I can already get past you. If I dash, I could get all the fucking way.
Oh,
like-
okay.
Just impale her to the wall.
I wasn't sure if you could dash out of the green circle, because I'm like, if you're just going to have to stop in the circle, what's the point here?
All right, so if that's your plan,
Yeah,
Rexus,
so I'm going. to dash and try to grab her on the way by and just like end up over here-ish.
All right. You can definitely dash and grab her. I will need a strength check from you to grab her on the way past.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I get advantage on strength checks while I'm raging. So that was okay. Plus 8. I get a 24.
So you expertly run top speed past Aura, grab her on your way by, and pull. And as you pull, Aura, you do feel some pain in your shoulders as this large 200 plus pound lion folk yanks on you pretty hard to free you from the tumbling wood that would be enveloping you in but a moment.
Does he pull the chains out of the floor?
He pulls you with the chains out of the floor. And you feel some pain in your shoulders, but after a split second, or after a few seconds, you are now on the other side of the area where the wood was degrading, with Okros kind of holding you by the arms. And as you end your spot there, you see the circle of the floor where you were standing collapses beneath you as the wood falls the 9 stories to the lobby.
Lucifer wouldn't be going with it, right? He's on the
No.
very edge.
It's close, but no. He would not be going.
God.
Naz would fucking kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Nah, Lucifer would.
Lucifer would survive and come back with a vengeance.
Yes. Just be from the rubble, you just suddenly see boom, the red light ominously glow.
So,
A bit
Okros,
burning through it.
with you burning your action and your bonus action, it brings us to the finance wizard.
Yes.
Can you just fucking die already?
You may not have wanted to take my things, but you're a threat. I have stayed in this tower, safe, paying off who I can, stealing what I can, filling trust funds. You come in here posing false accounts, lying. There's no Linda. And you're not Laura.
What's my name then?
Your name? Your name?
Yeah. Or is your memory bankrupt?
Cringe! As he snaps his fingers, give me a wisdom save, please.
Me?
You.
I don't wanna. Just kidding. Yes, I do. Oh, fucking thing. It's a 9.
One.
Your brain is immediately filled with the most cringe-worthy images of your past life.
I don't even know my past life, so okay.
Put it to you this way. You are immobilized by the cringe.
How tall is this wizard?
I don't know, 5'10"? Why?
Oh, he's taller than me. Never mind.
He
I was gonna call him.
He stands as you see or become just immobilized by the thoughts running through her head. He goes, I have been simply buying time. Time. As you see him stand up as he seems wobbly from everything that he's taken damage-wise, he doesn't seem to really be in coherence of what he's doing. And he begins to teeter towards the hole in the floor. As he steps towards it, trying to keep his balance, he goes, I did everything right to keep the monsters at bay, to keep them out of my tower. And now they've come. They're here. You can hear the snarling teeth, the clasping jaws. I will not let them find me. I am the financial winner. As he falls down the hole, you hear him just say, "Well."
Well, I guess his credit just got run and he was shortchanged.
Or
Did you say aura?
please,
Yes.
no.
Or you're also immobilized from cringe. You don't get to say quips. You're dealing with your own shit.
But the wizard's fucking dead now. His spell should be broken.
Is he?
Hmm,
Fucking be.
that's what you think.
He just fell multiple stories. He better be.
Where did his tomes go?
I don't even know what his tomes were. Were they books?
That's what a tome is.
Oh, I expected, like, there's a game I played, Dead by Daylight. The tomes were like diamond-shaped things.
Those are totems.
Nope, they were tomes. They called them tomes in the game. Any hoozles. Can I stop cringing now?
The real joke is counting Dead by Daylight as a game.
Reed is just going to run his hands down his face.
Nez is gonna face palm.
Another,
Like,
another loss of life that could have been avoided. How bloody wonderful.
I mean, you wanted the meeting. I didn't expect him to be a fucking
Aura,
psychopath.
you're still immobilized. You don't get to talk.
I want to talk. This is
You
torture.
cannot. Because you are
Fine.
immobilized. You all see that she is still suffering from the spell, which is weird. Even Lucifer still has the coin slot on him.
Reed's going to make his way over to the desk.
You do make
And,
it over to the desk.
What's still on the desk?
Nothing. All the tomes are gone.
He took them with him to the other corner. I think because something was said about books being dropped around him when I did the blight.
Alright. Reed's going to run the other side and look underneath the desk.
You see a small metal safe underneath the desk.
I'm gonna yell over.
Nez?
What can I do for you?
Believe I need you over here. Go to safe.
I'm gonna perk up.
Oh, you need me to crack it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just gonna like hightail over, like going, I was gonna check out Lucifer, but yo, safe.
Alright, how do you want to try and open it?
Well, first I want to actually look at like what kind of safe it is.
It's a stereotypical safe. Has a turn dial and a handle.
Turn dial on the handle. Ah. Hmm.
Oh man, we could possibly brute force this, or he probably has something good in here. As I was just thinking. I was thinking about like burning through it. Which way would you prefer?
I mean, if you're going to burn through it, I might as well just smash it with my hammer.
It took a long time to chew that piece of pizza. Whatever's inside is important enough for the band to lock it up, so whichever gives us the best odds of recovering what's inside. If you can burn through without damaging it, well... Nice.
How could I try to brute force the code?
You roll engineering.
Kick
Roll
it.
engineering. The way you said kick it, all of a sudden I just went, pop it.
Twist it.
I mean, I have hooves.
Engineering. All right. 26.
Yeah, no, it's you put your ear to it and you do a little bit of finagling with it, and you open it. Relatively simple combination, something that you find strange, but nonetheless you open it and you see there is a large leather sack inside. Seems to be full of coinage.
I think I need to have some words with him. Why was the combination so simple? Especially with the way he was about his money.
You hear a voice begin to echo from the hole. Because I wished for you for safe travels? As you see a large golden hand come up from the hole and drag the floor down with it. All of you falling into an abyss beneath. Nez, you still holding on to the sack of gold coins. And thank you for the 69 biddies, Carson.
Carson!
Biddies make everyone happy.
Very much.
Indeed. Hello, Carson.
I mean, biddies don't make me happy, but titties might.
Cringe. See, this is why you got hit by the cringe spell.
They've had enough of my shit tonight, Carson.
So, you hear the wizard come up from the ground as you see a large golden gauntlet pull the floor down as you hear, "'Cause I wish for you to have safe travels," as you all fall into an abyss as you find yourselves now in a darkened area. The room you were standing in, no longer around. As the four of you find yourselves standing, facing what looks to be a very large and gilded wizard.
Wait a minute.
This is inconvenient as fuck.
I don't want to guess his name.
Okay.
Is his name Parvos?
It's Larry.
You shut your mouth.
Is that seriously his name?
No, his name's not Parvos, but it is kind of what I pulled from.
I'm sorry. You said Golden Hand, and that got some gears. So I was like, no.
No, it's
His
just
name is-
he's gilded because the whole thing happened. Anyway, no.
Golden Hand.
Big-
Gold.
Big spooky golden wizard now in front of you.
His name is Larry.
As you can see, it's just his upper half kind of stuck in place where he is. As he just
What,
looks...
is he half between floors?
No, it's just, this is his realm you're in. Welcome to the Circle of Greed, where it will be the last thing you see from lying to me.
Let me ask you an honest question, sir. If I hadn't lied to you, would you have seen us?
Go in the box.
I don't want to go in the box.
Roll me
I
a
want to have a
dex save.
conversation. I want to have a conversation with you, sir. And you're not a mature enough adult to do that, apparently. Dex save, you said?
Yes.
Oh, I was almost a fucking not 20. 8.
You guys see Aura literally get turned into a large safe that just plunks onto the ground.
Can I still talk, or am I... No, I'm safe. I can't talk.
It's muffled. Like, significantly muffled.
We're safe.
He's gonna muffledly
Goddamn.
scream at him, "You're such a fucking child!"
Welcome to the boss round. And as you all stare down this large gilded wizard, his tomes floating around him, circling him, as the darkness bends in and out, as you find yourself in this room of gray stone staring down this monster. In the distance, Creed, once more, you feel like you hear the bell from the lobby dinging. Very echoey and faint, but you feel like you hear it. I hope you've invested your time wisely, adventurers. I will not die to the monsters outside. You
I got a
see,
question.
you got a question? What's your question?
No. I was gonna say, like, continue this real quick, and like when it gets back to my turn, I'll do it.
Sorry. So what's your question? No.
You see waves of energy begin to form out from beneath him and outward, lightning beginning to crest from his fingertips into the dirt and the stone that now surrounds you. And it seems that if you want out, it's through the financial wizard. And unfortunately, that is where we end our session tonight.
Because the financial wizard's a whole ass fucking child.
Question we'll say till next session.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, so that is that. You got to the financial tower in relatively one piece, found some interesting things, and found yourself talking to the financial wizard, which turned into a multi-tiered boss fight.
'Cause he a bitch.
I really don't want to. Really didn't want to fight this guy.
Neither did I, but he a bitch. Aura has some strong feelings from within her safe.
I mean, you kind of annoyed him to the point that he got pissed enough to try to kill us. So
I just wanted a conversation. I was trying to have a conversation with the man.
he kept asking for an account number. You kept giving him random numbers.
What was I gonna say? I don't have one?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Or you'd like to start one, or you'd like to literally do anything else besides lie to the paranoid man who lives in the top of a very well-reinforced tower.
Who's been apparently surviving against, like, skinwalkers for weeks.
Before he started his temper tantrum, I tried to tell him we just wanted to talk, but he was convinced we were trying to take his things.
What of paranoid wizard?
He's literally been sitting in an office surrounded by the corpses of people he's murdered. I don't think he's exactly what you might call emotionally or mentally stable.
Until after, yeah, no, he wasn't paranoid or presenting as such until he started throwing his hissy fit.
He's all about his money.
What man isn't? So wait, what?
So
Well,
let's do a breakdown of the session then. Let's start with fave moments and highlights before we close out for the night.
Don't all talk at once.
I was burping.
Are you
Would
not-
anyone like to go first?
I was going to say, is he not going to call upon us? He always calls upon us. What is this? Fine, I'll go first and we'll go down like we normally do.
I know. Are you doing anything, Mr. DM?
No, I was just
Oh.
letting you guys kind of
Oh,
finish
I
off
was
last
sure.
words
Figure
and
it out.
stuff. Yeah.
I was waiting
Yeah.
to see if you had anything specific.
No, no,
Sorry, I'm
no,
stretching.
you're good. All right, Aura.
So, my favorite moment was 100% getting the meeting with the financial wizard until shit went sideways. But I definitely giggled at that. Because I'm like, haha, suckers. Once again, Aura prevails. Up until that point, anyways. And then the fucking dude threw his hissy fit. There was a moment before that that made me giggle, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Was it you rolling in the sack?
That was my sack.
Ah, yes, of course.
Joke I made against Nameless. That fucking joke cracked me. That at least I don't lick my own balls. If I had any. Those are
Yeah,
probably
that got me.
Those are probably my favorite moments. So that's all that's coming to my brain.
All right.
Other than Financial Wizard Man.
All right, Mr. Creed.
I don't know. I liked kicking Aura. That was probably my favorite bit. But I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed actually being able to use like some logic and getting us through the city, even if it really didn't do anything. It was still enjoyable.
It did more than you think.
Yeah, I'm not going near the creepy sounds in the center of town. Sorry, this isn't Silent Hill.
It's okay, Aura will.
And of course she will.
Anything else,
Which is
Mr.
why
Creed?
we control her.
I feel like what
right
we
now.
should do is we should just like connect freaking Aura and Nameless together with like shock collars or something, and just make it so they
God.
can't go
Oh my
so
God.
far away from each other before one or the other gets shocked.
I thought you were
Well,
going to say
there's
connect
something
the
that's so
safe
bad.
to Lucifer with a chain and just leave me in the fucking safe. I just gave you an idea, didn't I?
All right.
Damn it.
So, Mr. Nez.
Just hold me for a second because I remembered something, but I'm just keeping that to myself. I enjoyed getting my little bit of checking shit out. Actually, not having something fuck up for once.
Yeah. It was
Um,
definitely interesting, you guys looking into something that didn't immediately bite your fucking hand.
That, and then, I kind of did enjoy me rolling a nat 20 and still getting a go fuck yourself.
That was the best outcome. I want you to understand that. That was still
Like-
because when you guys roll your natural 20s and nat 1s, is that it's not automatic pass or fail. It's the best or worst outcome of that situation. Like if you have a +8 and you roll a nat 1, and so you have a total of 9 and you still technically pass, you will pass the check, but it'll be a terrible fucking outcome.
Yeah, how did that spell work like that? Because I bombed that.
Bombed which one?
The blight spell.
What do you mean you bombed it?
I rolled above 16. That should
Yeah,
have
you
gone
saw how it
fine.
killed all the homunculi and started causing
Yeah,
vapors
no,
to
because-
arise from the bodies and then made a hole in the floor beneath you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
that-
normally do that.
I'm not
It
a
was good
wizard,
and-
but I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Oh, it didn't seem negative to me other than the hole. I thought the homunculi dying was a good thing.
No, if you rolled below if you rolled a 4 or lower, it would be negative consequences of the spell or the spell just not firing. but above is something negative but positive to the spell, like we've talked about. It's all from the
was gonna say,
spell's
like, it was so
perspective.
good.
Yes. The spell thought it was great. What it happens and how it affects you guys is a different story.
I mean, clearly I would have landed just fine had I been left. But thankfully I wasn't. But either way, I would have been okay. I would have just been a hole in the floor.
Mr. Nez?
We got pulled
anything
into a
else?
separate realm. We didn't fall through the floor.
Oh.
The Shadow Realm.
The
I mean-
financial realm. The stock market, if you will.
Sorry, anyways, I cut you off. Nez, was there anything else?
I was actually shocked at how well I rolled tonight, to be honest.
Yes.
That was actually like a really good night, especially compared to last week in the other session where I rolled so many nat ones.
That was me last.
Yeah. All right.
That's safe, but that was it.
Mr. Okros, Mr. Roxas.
As we came up to the financial district, and you were like, "Oh, the sounds of battle sound different. They sound strange." That was probably my favorite part, partially because in my brain, I just like in the distance heard Phoenix Wright being like, "Objection." So that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And yeah, just the financial wizard basically just being a freaking crazy deranged gnome. Yep.
Yeah. It's just being crazy, dude. It's been in this tower for however long that it's been to him. And it's just, yeah, crazy in finance puns. It's great.
Indeed.
Do you have a favorite part?
I think one part that was brought up to me is the whispering of breach.
Oh, yeah.
After
that
throwing
was
in
pretty
Lucifer and just being like, breach.
Oh, I must have missed that part. That must have been when I was gone for a minute.
But yeah, that was a good one.
It was.
You guys moving together and kind of doing stuff was good. Like, I really wanted you to go investigate the center district. I knew it was a long shot. I knew somebody was going to probably try and take up the idea, but no one did, which is fine. But yeah, but then going into the financial tower, I was trying to think of what you guys could do or interact with. And I thought a homunculi that was essentially a phone to call an extension, and then a deranged wizard that's just obsessed with money was the best thing to make.
I'm gonna level with you. The fucking receptionist phone homunculi really confused me.
I was trying to make it as straightforward as I could, where it was like he has a numpad and he's pointing at a poster that clearly says departments and their corresponding number.
Creed doesn't know what a phone is.
Yeah, which is fine if Creed was super fucking confused, but I was like, I can't tell if I'm confusing Blackburn or Creed.
Well, no, like the more you go, I'm like, how is this working? And then I'm like, well, Creed's even. I'm confused. Creed's definitely confused.
It's okay, Aura pushed a button for you.
Yeah, or just slap the button till something worked, and then she.
I will
lied
say,
around
I
to
did
the
like
office.
rolling high just to slap her hand away. That was
Yes,
pretty good.
that was very good.
Out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
every session we play, I try and think about what your aura bait is.
Uh-huh.
What was your aura bait this session? I think
There
it
wasn't
was
one.
There wasn't?
Nope.
Oh, I thought there was aura
Believe
bait.
it or
Okay.
not, most of the time I don't like quote unquote aura bait. You just make your own aura bait, which makes my job so much easier.
I thought it was the homunculi phone.
No, the homunculi phone was just funny to me because you're going into a building that isn't ruined and you don't see people. What is a deranged wizard going to do to deter people? Place a receptionist homunculi at the front desk.
Linda.
Yeah. I mean, it was shiny, so it helped kind of bring you in so you could accelerate the situation
Or
to
it doesn't
something that
do
would
anything.
happen
why.
terribly. But, you know.
Yeah, no. I was feeling some type of way at the beginning of the game. Not sure if y'all could tell.
But yeah, so it was definitely a fun time. It was definitely an interesting time. And now you get to fight not Parvos in the realm of greed.
I don't think I've ever silenced Creed that fast in my time playing with that joke.
Nah.
That was a good joke. Proud of myself for that one.
So, 2 things. One, Okros, the spell that he tried to cast on you that you saved really well against was called Poverty Stricken. And what it would essentially do would degrade everything you have on your person to essentially like dirt. So like your mallet would become like very poor crafted wood. Your clothes would become like potato sack. And it would have your damage. And if you had armor on, would also like have your AC if you had any. But you're a barbarian, so that doesn't count. But yeah, like your whop and stick would become less effective. Your spices would become mundane.
No.
Yes. But you saved against it, so I was like, damn it, that would have been funny. And it was really hard for me to not go testicular torsion to somebody.
I was so expecting either that or mend butt crack to just show up.
No. See, you're
was
thinking
holding
too
back
small
so
here.
hard.
I was the one I was scared about. Was the most dangerous
Audacity of
spell
this
ever.
bitch.
Explode your dick and smell your ass. Get bet, losers. Penis blast.
It was, I was like, oh, do I want to make him just like the meme wizard? I was like, no, I want to make him financial themed, like fucking pun themed. I was like, I'm going to save all my unhinged wizard spells for my wizard character I want to play at some point, where he's going to have that kind of bullshit in his pocket.
I hope you know that was painful.
Good. But yeah. Second thing.
Deranged.
Yeah, this is just my wizard voice. My other one is, it's wizard time! Fireball! That's
I like it when he said it's wizarding time. Then he wizard all over the place.
Man, I love really watching that movie Wizard. He just was wizarding all over the place and then just wizard. Ah, man.
I think I like
Great.
the financial wizard less than I like the Blight Piper.
Good. He's not meant to be a likable character. He's a fucking one-off. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the ice pick you guys found. That would have been really funny, Okros, if you had hit the wizard with it. Because out of character, it's a resurrection ice pick. If you jam it into someone's chest, it'll bring them back with 1 HP and a level of exhaustion.
No, you gotta lobotomize them.
Well, if you stab a person in general, how about that? If they're deceased,
It's a monkey's paw situation. Where you have to lobotomize them to save them.
Y'all are great,
No.
but
I mean, that's only a lobotom. I mean, that's
Bye-bye.
only monkey's paw situation in certain cases.
but yeah,
bye,
but
guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
But that was that whole thing. I was actually kind of hoping you would throw it at him, so you guys did eventually kill him, he'll just come back.
That would have sucked.
I love how he thought about it. Like, and I was like, yes, it's going full circle. I gave it to him and he threw it. To be honest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's all I have for it. It was definitely felt like it was a slower session, but I wanted to give you guys something weird because you guys seem to be taking the long way around the city, which is fine.
Yeah, no, we're not taking the short route.
No
Fuck that.
shortcuts. It's fair. Hopefully next session you'll actually get to the actual lighthouse. Because now we're at Lighthouse Part 2.
4.5. and then we'll get there.
Yeah. Lighthouse Part 4. The lighthousening.
Too light, too house.
Too light, too house. I'm gonna start naming this session's fucking dumb shit. It's gonna be
God
great.
damn it.
Anyway.
It just made me go to like Rick and Morty. The way you said that.
Listen here, we got some killing so many
Commercials
people
on the
here.
TV.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna let everyone get out of here. Thank you guys for being here. Next Friday again, as always, we have our D&D sessions. Next week will be Siege of Etheria, so it will be Stealth, Rage, and Rexus coming in for their continuation of the fight against the Mad King Mangst. And then, of course, the week after, we'll do the next Lighthouse Part 3, Punching Parvos, before they go continuing forward into finishing up this arc, which this arc has taken, not even this arc, this part of your story has taken fucking like 4 sessions at this point. It's goofy, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I fully intend to do this as covertly as possible because, like, yeah, I'm not dealing with them skidwalkers in the center of this town.
I can't argue because I'm military ranked now and he's above me.
And you're like, damn.
I mean, you could descend, and I can just tell you to follow my orders. So
I already know you're gonna do it. I'm too smart for it.
But we're gonna raid out to Phantom. We're gonna go pay him a visit. Thank you all for being here, being a part of this. I enjoy doing the D&D, even if we don't get a lot of people in here watching. It's just a lot of fun to do because we do dumb shit here. It's great. It's a good time. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being a part of this, and we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye to the people, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.